welcome to True Heel Heat.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Alright, this is Danhausen here, very nice, very evil. You are watching True Heel Heat. Probably should have had MJF do this, but here we are.
Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Romeo's Twitter for our AEW London 2024 review. And it was do-do-dum-dum, do-do-dum-dum-dum, do-do-dum-dum. Dum 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 boom boom boom. The final countdown, indeed, for Bryan Danielson. Jimmy did not want to hear me singing it like we were back in Hammerstein in 2007, where we first were singing it all the time for every Ring of Honor show. My voice is sore because I was singing it live in Wembley Stadium, but in the Bryan Danielson family section, ironically enough. But yes, we are here to discuss the show from last night from Wembley Stadium, AEW All in London 2024. And of course, I am joined by the man of 55,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of AEW and Tony Khan. He's here on a Monday. It is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gents. How the hell are you? I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the show. I assume that you enjoyed the show. You had a better time than I did, since you didn't have to listen to Taz. Yes. Welcome.
The only disappointment I had is like I would have been very disappointed if I saw Nigel show back up at commentary, because then I would have been like, damn, I wish I could like hear Nigel during this main event. But he didn't show back up for the main event. But I wish I would have heard Nigel for the women's title match, because him getting kissed and everything. I know he was
fantastic. Oh, he's fantastic. That is so good.
But we got to see Nigel fucking McGuinness. That was that twice in this show, Jimmy. Because you went to shows with me when I was what, 19 years old, us going to those Ring of Honor shows. To sing Final Countdown in Wembley Stadium and see the return of Nigel McGuinness for the first time since 2011, I felt like I was in a time machine, bro. I felt like I was in a fucking time machine getting brought back to those original indie shows we went to when we were only like 18, 19 years old. But I'm glad you're here with me today. I'm glad all of y'all are here with us today. We appreciate y'all if you are joining us live. We appreciate y'all if you are watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys and hear your takes, your thoughts, your questions that you got from AEW All in London 2024. Let us know in the live chat. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, the best way to do it is with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. And we're still celebrating 7 years of the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. We had our 7-year anniversary on Saturday. And, Jimmy, I should have asked you to show up, board, but I knew I was going to ask for too much by having you here on a Monday and also a Thursday. So I didn't expect you on a Saturday. But I wanted to give you the opportunity. Any fond memories you have of being on this channel? You've been on this channel now for what, 5 years? From AE Ramble into AE Recap into AE Ramble. Any fond memories you have over the years on True Hill Heat?
No. I know it sounds more fucked up than I like.
That was exactly the response I expected from you.
I have a good time almost every week on the show for 5 years now. I always show up. I do my show with a friend. I talk shit for 2 hours. Then I go home. Sometimes it's a little slow. Sometimes it's a little loud. Sometimes it's a little fast. I always have a good time. So it's every day is a good day. I must say, as fruity as that sounds.
Hey, it's not fruity. I warm your heart once again, because once again I told my daughter, I was like, hey, I'm doing the show today. I'm doing it with your favorite one of my friends. And again, she said, Jimmy. She says it just like that with the British accent. Jimmy.
That's sweet.
Oh, we got Eric Isaacs in the chat joining us today. Good to see you, good sir. Hello, THH fam. Hayter, Garcia, Sting return, Ricochet arrives, Mariah gets her moment, and the Dragon is now AEW champ at last. Yes, yes, yes. We got Call Me Mr. Banda, who says pay-per-view of the year candidate. Okay, that's a big compliment to the show. We got Temple's Learning Tree saying not growing corn. That doesn't work for me, brother. Okay.
I don't get the reference.
I don't get the reference either, but I get that that doesn't work for me, brother. But I don't know what I do know that Jericho has said he was grow corn. I think when they were in Idaho or something like that.
I remember that.
We got I Make Beats. He says, "What a pay-per-view! Boom!" We also got Frantic World says, "It's the final countdown." We also got I Make Beats says, "SP, how was it, bro? It was a hell of a live experience. This was one of the, I would say, probably the best stadium show I've ever been to for wrestling. To be fair, I did not go to the best like WrestleManias in my lifetime. I went to WrestleMania 29, 33, and 34. I would say out of those three, the best one was 34, only for the first half of the show, because the second half of the show was a fucking drag. And 33 was fun because of the set and different stuff that happened throughout the night. We made it fun because I was with a group of my friends, but this was the best live experience I've had in a stadium. It was the closest I've ever been to the ring as well. That also helps with the live experience.
What time did you get there?
I got there about you mean inside the building? Because I was around the stadium. Inside the building, I got there 5 local time, so that's 12 p.m. Eastern.
And then you left at 11 local time?
No, we got out like 10, 15 local time. So we saw an hour of the pre-show, and the main card was 4 hours.
Gotcha.
Because they have a hard stop. That's what I was told before I went in. They have a hard stop by 10 p.m. because I think they have to clear out the building by like 10:30. They extended to like 10:45 to get everybody out the building so they can wrap everything up.
I was going to say, this was one of the, I won't say shorter pay-per-views of AEW I've seen, but it felt shorter, certainly. Thank God for London.
We were also talking about that beforehand, that this was like the most like conservative card for Tony Khan as far as like 9 matches on the main card. That's like, thank you.
Still too many, but fuck it. Baby steps.
Baby steps. We'll get to 7.
Clearly
8 is still the magic number for AEW because that was Revolution this year. Revolution had 8 matches on the main card.
Gotcha. Baby steps of a clearly mentally impaired baby. It's taking us 5 years to fucking take one step. Jesus. Throw that kid in the garbage. Jesus. Oh, don't throw the kid in the garbage.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Don't throw kids in the garbage, folks. I'm here to help. Don't throw them in the garbage. It's a bad idea.
Ricky Castillo says, great pay-per-view. I bet you had a great time, SP3. At the time of my life, if you will. Call me Mr. Bonda says, the infamous Jimmy Macram. I would be amiss if I didn't.
T-shirt.
If I didn't put this out there. I want to shout out One Mike Nation. One Mike Nation. I actually got to meet in person. He's a brother.
Oh,
he's a brother. I did not know that. I did not know One Mike Nation. We see him in the chat all the time. He's a brother. I saw him at Box Park, Wembley, before the event, and he gave me probably like the kindest words that could ever be said about AE Ramble. He said, "You and Jimmy are my favorite podcast that I listen to." He was like, a lot of podcasts will bash AEW and it's just bashing it because it makes numbers or bashing it because they are hate watching. He was like, you guys, if you do bash it, y'all come up with ways to kind of explain how you would do it better or how they could have made it better. And he also said, it also helps. You guys are brothers. And he was like, well, first time I watched y'all, he was like, it's two black dudes talking about AEW. He's like, that is so rare. He was like, and now that he met me, he says he could feel more comfortable dropping the N-word in the chat. And I told him, it's True Heel Heat, man.
That's hilarious.
I know you're a brother now, so I will read it out.
Well, fair enough.
And I did also tell him this is the only really podcast weekly that I do feel comfortable dropping the N-bomb because I know you drop it sometimes.
Yeah, too much. I'm gonna clean it up. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe after the show, we'll see how it goes.
But yes, I had to shout out One Mike Nation. That was so kind words. That meant a lot to me. And our third host is here. Hello. Want to say hi to Jimmy?
Hi, I'm eating worms.
You're eating worms?
The candy ones.
Oh, the candy worms.
How many A's is in candy? The candy worms.
Alex Smile says, great pay-per-view. I agree. We got Chris who says, good pay-per-view. We got I Make Beats who says, man, Nigel showed out. We got Chuck Berry's in the chat. Good to see you, Chuck Berry's. He says, "What's good, THH fam? Very happy for Bryan Danielson as he completes his AEW story as the best wrestler in the world." We also got Alex Powell who says, "Nigel versus ZSJ stare down. That was magic in front of those UK fans. It was two guys looking in a mirror."
That's very true.
Yeah, I will say I make beats. I've seen the Royal Rumble live, and there's nothing like the Royal Rumble. But the Casino Gauntlet is the AEW answer to that.
Inside.
You have a chicken inside the egg? Harlem Heat, y'all. He says that Casino Gauntlet was fucking ace. It was so much fun watching it live, yo. Like we've been fans of the concept since it started a couple of months ago, but being there live for one of those and the fact that there was like the Nigel one, I don't think that like even Ricochet debuting, which was great, but it was kind of expected. The one that shocked everybody was Nigel McGuinness. No one expected Nigel McGuinness to be in that Casino Gauntlet.
He looked great.
And it made sense story-wise because there's a chance Bryan was going to win the world title. So he's like, I'm in the Casino Gauntlet.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed most of this card. Only a couple matches that made me sick. And the formatting made me sick. But other than that, I enjoyed all of it.
We also got Frantic World. He says, SP3 and Jimmy, do you guys think we could see Kevin Steen in AEW next year or sooner? I would say my short answer is hell to the no.
Really?
Longer. Yeah, I don't see it. This dude, when he had Vince McMahon booking in 2021, he re-signed. Like, why would he not re-sign with Triple H in charge?
2021.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first? When did he re-up before that? So I remember being around the time AEW debuted. I'm trying to think.
No, I would think it was 2018. If he's been in the theme of signing 3-year deals, because in 2021 he signed a 3-year deal. That's why it runs out at the end of this year.
This is gonna sound unrelated, but it is related. When did the OC resign? Fucking bald dude and shorter bald dude.
They resigned. They came back during the Triple H regime in October of 2022.
And before that?
Before that, 2019, to keep them from signing with AEW.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of cocksuckers. No offense. I mean that lovely. I don't mean like you have. Anyway, there's a lot of people. We'll say a lot of wrestlers that re-sign these insane deals because Vince saw the boogeyman, a billionaire who's already has a TV deal somehow, and he's got Chris Jericho and he's got Cody Rhodes, and I got to make sure I don't lose anybody. Now that the boogeyman's come out the closet and it's just some weird looking Indian guy, I definitely don't see the OC in him getting deals like that. I don't see Kevin Owens in him getting deals like that. I'm not entirely sure he doesn't come here. I'm not be shocked if Kevin Owens shows up.
Okay. Sure. No, I never say never, but I think right now it's a hell no, because I'm like, I don't see it. Like if it sounded like it was close in 2021, then I would be like, okay, there's a chance, but it didn't even sound like it was close in 2021 for him.
That's fair.
We got Alex Powell. The Casino Gauntlet was 2000's ROH match. It was like 2000's ROH match means 2010's New Japan Pro Wrestling, because you had Okada in it, you had Zack Sabre Jr. in it, Hangman was in New Japan at that time as well. Also, he was in Ring of Honor, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. I Make Beats says, I popped like crazy when ZSJ's music hit. Yes, I went crazy as well. I was happy to see him. I said there was a chance I would see him, but I was very happy. Alex Powell says Jimmy was going to interfere in the Swerve match.
No, I loved every single bit of that. I'm glad he's embraced his illness. That's what he is.
Oh my God, he's so great. He's so good. Call me Mr. Bonda. He says you could say what you want about Jimmy, but you can't say he's inconsistent about his brutal honesty. Absolutely.
I will
That's why I
take
respect
that
it.
compliment where I can get it. And call me Mr. Bonda. I don't care what they say about you. I like it. I don't care what they say. I like it. I don't listen to what other people say. I got my own opinion, if you don't mind.
Follow B says, real fucking graps, dude. This show nearly brought me to tears with Nigel coming back and Danielson winning. He also has been a member for 14 months. Go ahead, Follow B. Thank you always for the support. He says, our Harlem only gets my freebie today. I'm broke. It's the end of the month. Understand.
It's the end of the month.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you. We appreciate the freebie anyway, and of course, we appreciate you being a member. Call me Mr. Wanda says loved Ospreay on the media scrum, recollecting his full circle moments. Wholesome, bruv. I loved Ospreay ending the media scrum by saying, "Now it's time for me to go home and put a baby in the wife."
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
This dude was feeling himself. He just performed in front of a bunch of. I got to meet a bunch of his friends before the show because I'm good friends with Sadi Nyangi, who's one of his close friends from growing up on the backyard wrestling scene. So I got to meet a couple of his friends growing up. That was nice.
I want to stick up for. I don't know who asked the question. I usually don't stick up for media people because they make me sick, but I do want to stick up for somebody. Who do we know who asked Mercedes a question about her divorce?
It was someone from, I think, PW Torch, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, I used to read the Torch. I used to love the Torch. I'm sticking up for this guy. This is not a random out of the blue question he's asking about somebody's personal. This is something Mercedes has brought up in public on radio. This is a fair question. Would I ask it? No, because I don't care. But it's a fair question. Sticking up for you, sir, whoever you are.
Well, on the other hand, when she did bring it up in that podcast, she said this was all that needs to be said about it.
Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can? Who the fuck are you to tell me? I hate motherfuckers do that. Go say, I'm going to bring this up right now in front of the world, but this is the last we're going to talk about it. Says who? I forgot. I missed the fact where you were my fucking boss. Get the fuck out. You take this character too far. You're not my boss. That's not how that works. No. I had a girl like that in elementary school. Her boyfriend got into a fight in front of the whole class. Then she was like, I don't know why everybody's talking about it. It's a personal thing. It's in the middle of the fucking playground, you dummy. What are you talking about? Yes, we're going to talk about it. How dare you? This is outrageous. Sorry.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Just in case. We got Annika says, I think KO will appear in AEW before he retires from wrestling. I want, like I said, I'll never say never. I just don't see it happening now.
Same. Right now, you convince me. Sure.
Yeah. Christopher Kidd says, what's up, gentlemen? I'm glad to be here today with y'all. I got the day off. I'm here for the whole podcast. Welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you for showing some love and coming for the whole podcast because we got a lot to discuss from this show, but I wanted to show some love to the live chat joining us, and y'all show some love back. Send a super chat donation and show your love to what we're doing here. But let's get into AEW All in London. We're going to breeze through the 0 hour because I'm sure Jimmy did not watch. Am I right?
Nope. That's still 30 seconds of it. It's only 30 seconds I needed to see.
I know which part that is. But the first match was a match that I think they literally just announced on the 0 hour. Instead of having a battle royal with all the extra wrestlers that were there, they had a 16-man tag team matchup, 8-on-8. It was Tommy Billington, Kip Sabian, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Action Andretti, Leo Rush, and Top Flight. They picked up a victory over Jay Lethal, Satam Singh, Anthony Ogogo, Ari Davari, Private Party, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. This was your massive party matchup, everyone getting involved. The only person that really kind of got a spotlight and looked good in this one was Kyle Fletcher. He kind of seemed like the one that they were really pushing, and they got a bunch of UK talent on both sides of this matchup. And in the end, it was Dante Martin with his between the legs frog splash that picked up the victory for the team. I gave it 2 stars. It was fine. It was fine for what it was. Did it need to be on the card? No, it did not.
What was our Daivari his team name? He used to be in the team or group.
He is still in the team. The Premier Athletes. I'm assuming that Tony Nese and the rest of them did not make the trip because he's
the one
Smart
before that.
Australia.
You seen the group before that?
What was the name of them? The Trustbusters.
Thank you, sir. I remember when Tony Khan was saying, well, nobody expected the Acclaim to be any good, and the Acclaim was good, and nobody expected 2.0 to be good, and 2.0 was good. You'll see. Yeah, now what? Stupid. I don't forget nothing. Absolutely. Talking shit. Sit down.
Now that was like 2 groups ago. At this point of the show, this was I was kind of shocked because he alluded to it during the conference call ahead of All In, but I didn't expect the announcement to come this fast. But they announced that AEW Grand Slam will be going to Australia next year at the Suncorp Stadium, and yes, Grand Slam is now a pay-per-view on February 15th, 2025. AEW Grand Slam Australia. So I think this is another it's going to shift a lot of things as far as the AEW schedule. This is like the earliest they're ever doing a pay-per-view in the year. And I guess this is going to make Revolution is probably going to be mid-March to the end of March instead of early March like it has been the last couple of years. But what do you think about AEW going to Australia?
Remember the good old, I won't say the good old days. Remember the early days where AEW was going to be all rankings and a sports field and only 4 pay-per-views a year and all this. You remember this?
Yes, I do.
Tony Khan wasn't going to be on TV as a on-screen character. Remember any of this? I remember all this. Remember any of this?
I remember it, sir. This is what happens when the company gets older. They evolve.
This is what happens when a dumb billionaire gets involved and realizes he doesn't know shit. That's not how businesses work. You need more than 4 pay-per-views. That's what happens.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Fair enough. I probably should be some mean though. It was a good show. This is listen, Australia. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. You guys have to tell me how the AEW fan base is in Australia. I know everything's fucking expensive. Jesus.
You keep slamming the door into my knee. Why do you have my bag? Oh, Jesus.
His bag gonna have a muffin and fucking pee in it. Kiss that bag goodbye. That bag's over.
Send super chat so I can buy a new bag, please.
Yeah, I don't know how Australia is, except that it's expensive and far away. You guys would have to educate me on how the Australian fan base is. But hey, if they think they can pull a crowd, I assume they do think since it's a fucking stadium. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, they have a couple of stars that are in close vicinity to Australia or from Australia. You have your Kyle Fletchers, your Aussie Open. You have Tony Storm, who's from New Zealand. So I think they will be kind of front and center on those shows. Hopefully Mark Davis is back by then because Aussie Open is needed for the tag team division.
I can't even imagine. We're in August, about to be September. Next 5 months of this fucking Kyle Fletcher push is gonna stink. I swear to God. This is gonna be fucking.
That's why I want Mark Davis to come back because they can get the push in the tag team division, but I know how much Kyle Fletcher on his own pisses you off. I think he's more tolerable to you as in a tag team.
Yeah, please and thank you. I don't ask you much.
I got funny hair.
Yeah, you have a wig on. You want to show everybody your wig?
I got a wig on. What's that?
She's performing for y'all, folks. Come on, send us super chat. We do have a super chat donation here, a big one from Chilling with Chase. Thank you so much, good brother, for the support. Thank you for the love. And of course, the Around the Point crew join us for our watch parties. I got to go back and watch the watch party from yesterday because I know y'all guys had a bunch of fun. Chilling with Chase says, here is some of my Danielson winning boys. Oh, yeah, remember? He's the one that did the plus
$100
on.
Yeah. Check you out. I know I came in handy. Good Lord. Wish I would have saw that.
Especially the end of the month. Like, damn, that's a good hit. Yo.
That's not even your best comment. Your best comment came 3 after that, which is everything that goes through my brain anytime Frantic World talks about anything ever. I feel AEW could just have a broomstick in the ring and you would like it. It's like, oh my God, this nigga's reading my thoughts.
Oh my God. That is awesome. Oh, Jesus. Big Man Dog says there's like 10 to 20,000 people watching AEW on Australian TV, but I think they could pull a decent crowd.
Well, okay, well, 10,000, 20,000, that's not great.
That's an arena.
Yeah, how big is
they got it? They got to go do good with something that they're not usually good at, and that's promotion and marketing in Australia. If they're going to pull the crowd to at least have the stadium at least somewhat full, depends on how much. I think maybe the stadium, if it's like the Texas stadium that they're at for All In, 40,000 is what they're going to do. What they are aiming for All In next year.
I mean, there's no way this is. No. They did 80,000 in Wembley. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They're gonna do 23 in this 40,000 building. Not sure how many the Australian crowd holds or building holds. It should be mostly full. It won't be an embarrassment.
Let me see. Let's see here. Let's see. Sun Corp Stadium capacity is 52,000.
All right, never mind. Forget everything else I just said. Never mind. Let's call it the same 20,000. The 20,000 people that watch on TV, they'll show up to this building.
I'm going to say 40,000. 40,000.
What? I heard 40,000.
40,000. 40,000.
All right. Would you like to place a friendly wager on this? You got 6 months to get the cash together.
I have no faith in AEW's marketing and promotion. Like, I'm just saying a number. We got another super chat donation from Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, Christopher Kidd. Because yes, I need a new bag. He says super chat for the new bag and for heel Swerve. So this one, I will give this one for Chase.
Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Siobhan. What the hell is wrong with you?
And then another one of Jimmy's favorites for Christopher
Weapon
here.
in hand, too. And Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Because Hangman's going to come out here.
Steve Austin, absolutely. Everybody. Good Lord.
Here we go. Call me Mr. Vonda says AEW marketing and merchandise needs to get their shit together. Honestly, man, the merch stand. I walked past the merch stand on my way to Wembley and I saw what it was looking like, and I was just like, not gonna waste my time waiting on the line for that. It's only just merchant event merch. That's all it is. No Ospreay shirts, no Mariah May. Like I'm just gonna name the local people, the people that are from the UK that you would think that they would have shirts for. No Ospreay, no Mariah May. They had like an Ospreay MJF shirt, like, but that's an event shirt. But like no specific merch for those guys, no specific merch for Danielson or Swerve.
It's gotta be their budget. Let's say because they had what's called wife in there. She stunk. And now this new person stinks. It's gotta be the budget or something. This is shocking to me. It seems like free money.
But for everything that was said about Mrs. Matt Jackson, the merch wasn't this bad. Like, this is really bad. It was better. It was better. Like, even All Out last year, they had like the Better Than You Baby shirts, those theme shirts during that whole run. That worked. They did that at Grand Slam as well last year. Like, the merch was a little bit better when she was around, but she got criticized and they like got worse. They regressed.
That's wild. What would you give it a number grade? I assume right now it's an F. What would it be then? D?
No, we give her like a C-.
Okay. She did
like, especially because I'm comparing it to now, then it's like a C-.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna hold her marital choices against them.
This guy
clearly has no.
All right,
or bad eyesight. It's entirely possible.
Now we're judging his looks. Come on.
All right, looks, just voice, talent. What do you want to do? I'll go wherever you want to go.
Next up was the only partial part of the 0 hour that Jimmy watched. Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. Love Stokely's entrance with him coming on a golden bed, and his attire was immaculate. This was like a comedy matchup, a mixed tag team match, comedy match. The real focus was Willow and Chris going at it. Very physical, hard hitting with those two. But as soon as Stokely came in here, you knew it was a wrap. This dude busted out a spine buster on Ishii. Ishii just popped up, got right in his face, scaring Stokes. Stokes drop toes holds him, drop toe hold into the corner. Then he hits a stinger splash before delivering 10 punches in the corner, only for Ishii to hit a big power bomb. Both ladies were back in until Willow no-sold a German suplex, hits a massive pounce, and then the sliding lariat on Stokely gives Ishii and Willow Nightingale the victory here. Willow will now choose the stipulation between her and Chris Statlander for the CMLL World Women's Championship coming up at All Out on September 7th. Any thoughts on the 30 seconds that you saw? But I give the match 2.5 stars.
I miss Willow. I can't go badly to see a certain match. I'm hoping for a great match all out. That's about it.
Yeah, it needs a great match to end this feud, because it hasn't done much as far as what we thought it could have accomplished here, for sure. Then we had Tony Schiavone welcome out Tony Khan and Dr. Martha Hart, who wished the Owen Hart Foundation Cup winners good luck in their title matches. She brought up that she took the flight all the way from Canada, which got her booed. Then she said that Canada has a great relationship with the United States. She got booed again, but she also said that Canada has a great relationship with England, and that got her cheered. And then probably the biggest announcement of the 0 hour was that AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling will present Forbidden Door from London, England. Next year, it's moving Forbidden Door from June to August 24th, 2025. The bank holiday weekend is going to be represented by AEW, but this time with New Japan Pro Wrestling and maybe some promotions from out in the UK for Forbidden Door. They specifically said it's from London, not from Wembley Stadium. They did specifically announce that they were returning to Wembley Stadium in 2026, but next year's Forbidden Door will be in London, but they didn't specify where it's from. The main talk that I heard is either Wembley Arena or the O2. It's just how confident they think they are. If they're confident they can draw the number, O2, I think it's 20,000 seater. That's like the biggest building, biggest arena in London, England. And if they are not feeling confident, Wembley Arena, I think it's like 5,000 to 6,000.
Okay, I'm not the biggest Tony Khan fan in the world. Clearly. However, first of all, how does he have fans? It's not the point. Focus. How is the fucking market deteriorating this fast? Where it's 80,000, then 50,000, and now you're like, we're deciding between 20 and 5?
No. This is fan rumors. This is not within AEW. I don't know. AEW AEW did not specify, did not announce where they are going.
Fair enough. My point is, why is 20,000 the cap on this? If 20,000 is the biggest arena of these two, you know what I mean?
Because the O2 is the biggest arena that they can run.
We can't pull another 50.
They don't want to run. They don't want to run Wembley Stadium for Forbidden Door. They want to run Wembley Stadium for All In.
The year after.
Yeah.
But you're not running Wembley that year at all.
Next year, no. They're coming back to London at least. A lot of people in London, England were kind of viewing this as like a swan song for AEW, that they weren't going to come back to Wembley Stadium, but apparently they are in 2026.
Are they running a show in London in 2025? This is what I've heard.
I've heard that. This is not within any of industry. This is not a report. This is among fans, really. That a lot of fans believe that WWE may come to Wembley Stadium for SummerSlam next year.
Nick Khan's a fucking psychopath. Fucking animal.
Huh?
The highest order. Nick Khan is a psychopath. He's an animal of the highest order. I told you, don't play with that man. Man is out of his fucking mind.
Sadiq Khan, I don't know how he's gonna feel, the mayor of London, because he wants WrestleMania in London. But knowing WWE, they're gonna do, if they did that, if they say, oh no, we're not gonna run WrestleMania, but we'll give you a SummerSlam, that's the same shit that they did to Minnesota.
That's outrageous. Oh, they met with. Oh, that's Sadiq has the mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Khan Triple H met with him apparently.
They met with him last month,
which I thought was fucking. I remember he tweeted like a couple months after the All In show, tweeting about for the WrestleMania. I remember what you're talking about. I'm like, this ungrateful ass motherfucker. You just had a wrestling show. You're like, nah. I mean, that was alright, I guess, but fuck you, motherfucker. Give my money back. That's outrageous. That's outrageous. But yeah, I could see that. I could see Nick Khan being it. I won't say it's a dick move. Nick Khan is about the money. That's about it. About the money. And if I get the money, I'll do what I want. Jesus. I gotta read more about him. We know how Triple H got his job. We know how fucking Tony Khan got his job. We know how Vince got his spot. How did Nick Khan get his? There's gotta be some dead bodies.
Well, he worked with The Rock. He worked with The Rock before this.
Doing what?
I think he was like one of his part of his like management, and he represented The Rock at one point.
Oh my god! How do you go from The Rock to fucking CEO of a billion-dollar company?
Well, president.
That's
his actual title. President.
He was CEO 12 seconds ago. Him and Steph were co-CEOs, were they not?
Yeah, that's true. Were they co-president? I don't know. But he's president.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I see people talking about Fulham has a stadium. There are like restrictions and rules against combat sports in a lot of these buildings. We got Myron Kidd. He says, so we're still doing this building all out in 2 weeks stuff, huh? Apparently so. Apparently so. Don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Power Driver Finisher says, I'm all for All In Texas, and I'm just hoping I can get some tickets, and hopefully we see Athena challenging for the women's world title. I do like the fact that they moved Forbidden Door, because I was like, you can't give us like the best build up between the 2 years that you gave us for All In. The All In build this year was so much better than the All In build last year, and you need that month and a half to build to the show like we had since Forbidden Door to last night. So I'm happy that they're going from Double or Nothing to All In.
Yeah, same.
We also got here, yeah, that's also true. Chilling with Chase saying Fulham Stadium also has horrible acoustics.
Jesus.
Yeah, Chase knows. He said Nick Khan was an agent. Yeah.
He threw some people under the bus. He snitched on a bunch of people. He did whatever he had to do to get to the top, didn't he? I'm not mad at you, sir. I'm just saying. Oy.
Yeah, Aubrey, I don't know how. I totally disagree with you. You're entitled to your opinion, but I totally disagree with you. He says I'm a little disappointed in the main event that should have done Hangman versus Swerve. After watching that main event, I don't know. I don't understand how you could say that. To each his own, but I don't understand how you can say that after watching that main event. But finally, on the 0 hour, you had Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, Ospreay, Shibata, Ross, and Marshall Von Erich. They picked up a victory over Mike Bennett, Matt Taven of Undisputed Kingdom, Brian Cage, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona of the Cage of Agony. Another party matchup, but with less people this time. There was a little sloppy spot when they tried to do a triple team power bomb on Shibata that looked really rough on Shibata, nearly dropping him on his head.
Absolutely. That's who you want to drop on his fucking head.
You know, after the life and career he's been through. And then Dustin was literally, you can hear him vocally calling for Sammy. He's like, where's Sammy? Where's Sammy for the finish? And then Sammy hit a big swanton on Taven for the victory for Team Dustin here. This was fine. I give it 2 stars.
Sure.
Yeah. And post-match, you had the heels attack the baby faces, and Kevin Von Erich got into the ring to give the Iron Claw to Matt Taven, and all the faces did the Iron Claw at the same time. Happy, joy, joy. And then finally, the real main event of the 0 hour was Jamie fucking Hayter. Jamie Hayter making her return to All Elite Wrestling. She basically, it started off with Saraya. She came down to the ring, talking her trash, saying that she's upset. First it was Harley Cameron who says Saraya's pissed. She's pissed off because they didn't give her a Wembley moment after she won last year. She won the AEW Women's World Championship. And then you had then Saraya got on the mic and says she's the Queen of England and the crowd will respect her. She won the title last year. This is all in. She's not even on the show. She's the best wrestler coming out of England. And this brought out Jamie Hayter, who looked wonderful with the red hair. She came out to a huge pop, massive pop on this pre-show. She took down the whole entire Knight family. She chucked Harley Cameron aside, got in the ring before sweet Saraya's mother came behind her. She decked her in the face, and then Jamie Hayter hit the big Haterade clothesline on Harley Cameron as Saraya leaped out of the ring, and Hayter stood tall. I would have booked this on the main show, but I understand.
What?
Her and Britt had a falling out. So it's those rumors are true. Those rumors are true. I mean, me personally, I would have been like, hey, I don't care if y'all don't like each other. Y'all gonna do this. This is the best spot for her on the card. Let's put her on the card. But I understand if Hayter was like, no, I don't want to work with that bitch.
That's the problem we ran into. I don't give a fuck what fucking Matt Jackson's opinion is on CM Punk. If Omega and Punk want to do it, then we do it. That's the end of it. And if they don't want to do it, we're doing it. And if you don't want to do it, we're doing it. I thought I was the boss. I'm confused. I thought I was the one signing the checks. I'm confused. My bad. If you're the one signing checks, you do what you want. Since I'm the one signing the checks, I do what I want. That's how that fucking works. And I would have threw out 12 of these fucking matches if I could have get Jamie Hayter on the pay-per-view. What the fuck we doing this Coffin match? Who gives a fuck about this goofy-ass ladder match? Jamie Hayter should have been on the pay-per-view. Even if I have to get Saraya and the Knights on the pay-per-view just to get Jamie Hayter on the pay-per-view, that's what we're doing. What are we talking about?
You would pay the Saraya tax just to get Jamie Hayter on the pay-per-view?
And the Saraya tax. What match we getting rid of? I mean, the worst match. We'll get to that later. I'll get rid of.
I mean,
Hook and Jericho. Get rid of that shit. And then putting Saraya and Jamie Hayter on the main pay-per-view because we got Jamie Hayter returns, the best in the business. Let's go. I'm here for it. I don't ask much.
I feel you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I understand probably the reason why this didn't happen on the main card, but I am 100% with you. I wanted to see Jamie Hayter on the main card. But what do you think about her new look with the red hair and the attire she was rocking? And she's fit. Like, she lost a lot of weight, it seems. Like she slimmed down a lot.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Like, the only thing make me like this person right now is that's Jamie Hayter. Like the red hair and the pasty white skin doesn't work. Like she lost about 12 pounds. I'm not a fan of any of this. You know what? Been working out. The hair is temporary. Let's hope. Jimmy Hayter. Jimmy Hayter did it today. I don't care what she looks like. Sign me up, please and thank you.
Yeah, and all you really had, I like, even like watching one of these matches on the card, I was like, this would have been much better spot for Hayter to come out now. Even though Britt is around, I'm saying like that would have got the crowd back up after that matchup if she would have came out as the next. You didn't even have to have her interact with Britt. You could have Britt go off into the sunset. We're all focused on the entranceway. Jamie Hayter comes down and she steps up as the next challenger for Mercedes.
My guess is she's not the next challenger. That's my guess. My guess is they're gonna put her in the Mariah mix so she can lose right away. Great. Enjoy, everybody.
Unfortunate. That would be unfortunate. But yes, call me Mr. Bonda says Jamie Hayter, clap it up. Indeed, I'm happy to see her. I'm happy we got her to be good. I'm just happy we got her. Hayter's gonna hate, but I'm glad that the hater is back. We waited so long. You honestly lost hope. You lost hope.
Yep. Didn't want to discuss it. Don't want to talk about it or nothing. So happy now.
Oh man, and that music, man. Doom, 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 doom. Yo, that music is hype. Yo.
It's so weird. It's so music. Light for a wrestling entrance. It still works for me. I love it.
It does. Yeah, I won't say. Only thing I will say, pull back the curtain a bit. I got confirmation on a lot of Britt rumors this week. That's all I will say. A lot of the rumors that are out there about Britt, I found out that some of them are true.
Was a Britt Baker smear campaign? What's going on here? It's a shadow campaign.
Hey, I heard it from reliable sources. From reliable sources that a lot of the Britt rumors, disregarding the backstage incident and what happened there, but a lot of the rumors that we haven't been able to talk about because they were unlawful rumors. I heard it from more reliable sources this week. A couple of them are true, but this one here was pretty much proven by her not being involved in that angle. Her and Britt are not friends anymore. Her Hayter and Britt.
Jesus, I like Britt. She's my first AEW t-shirt. Wait, my only AEW t-shirt? Yeah, actually. At a certain point, it's just if everybody you meet throughout the day, you said it's a girlfriend of mine. If every person you meet throughout the day is an asshole, then it's entirely possible that you are the asshole. No disrespect. I'm sorry. Might need to readjust some things, man.
Yeah. And the other rumors, if you want me to spit it out, this is pretty much an AE ramble on a Monday, so there's no rules usually how we do here. Her and Adam Cole, yeah, that's all I'll say. But yeah.
I mean, can we? All right, that's all you'll say. I'll say this: can we just admit from the jump that outside of being attractive, it always felt like a weird fit? It just felt like Adam Cole's the nicest guy on the planet Earth.
Exactly. That's literally what I was about to say. I was like, yo, this set board, like getting confirmation of that was just like, damn, Britt is really not nice. Like, if you can hold on to a relationship with the nicest guy in professional wrestling, everyone and their mama tells you, like, literally, we saw Adam Cole in Chicago all out outside of the Talent Hotel. He stopped and taking pictures for everybody. Nicest guy in the world. Like, and everyone that I've talked to in professional wrestling says Adam Cole is so nice. And even from us going to like Ring of Honor back in the day, we saw how nice he was when he was in his younger days in Ring of Honor. But yeah, that said a lot to me about Britt Baker and her personality.
Yeah, no, to be fair, being an ass, which I'm speaking from experience, doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. It's just an ass. To be fair, it wears on people. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying. How do I say this nicely? If you were Mercedes, you'd probably get away with it for a little bit longer. But you're not, so I'd be careful about what bridges you burn. I don't think Triple H is going to be blowing up your phone. No disrespect.
Facts. We do have a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Belle. Great to see you today, Belle. We've been missing you in the chat. She says, I know I'm late, but since I wasn't here on Saturday, happy belated anniversary. Yes, True Hill Heat, 7th birthday. Thank you so much, Belle, for the support. We appreciate y'all. And that's why everybody should listen to Tony Schiavone when Belle is.
Listen up, you prick.
We do have another super chat donation here from Genesis J. Thank you so much, Genesis J, for the support. It says, gotta go. Loved All In, made me tear up along with the T1 ending. I'll listen to you guys while working. Cheetah is the ace of the women's division, not DMD.
Can I say this? I'll be rude because I've had enough of this. I was going to respond on Twitter to some people who are listening the best female wrestlers ever, and I saw Sheeta quite a few times, and now I have Sheeta here as the ace of the women's division. No disrespect. Sheeta might just be the most overrated wrestler of the last 10 years. We might need to start having this discussion. What the fuck? I've never seen shit like this before. Somebody who's so just good be treated as if she's fucking Mercedes. What the fuck is going on? Mercedes is better than her in every way possible, except maybe speaking English. She'd probably have Mercedes beat there. But otherwise, Mercedes is better in every single way. Can we stop? Can we stop, please?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Jamie Hayter right now. I don't know right now. Last time we saw Jamie Hayter was better than Sheeta. What are we talking about exactly? Can we stop?
Jamie Hayter and Sheeta probably has my favorite AEW Dynamite match of all, women's match of all time.
Great match. Love that match. Then stop. She was fun. She carried us through the pandemic. Yes, she jumped on a chair and did some shit. It was ass. It wasn't ass, but it was fine. It was fine. Can we stop? Can we stop? It's infuriating.
Okay, she wasn't ass, but it was fine.
It was fine. Can you imagine if there's some B student running around just rolling a paper in everybody's face? And everybody's saying, that's the smartest kid in the fucking class. Gotta be. What are we doing? It's not ass, it's a B. Come on, man. Come on.
Thank you, Genesis J, for the super chat.
But don't push me. That's Tupac.
I don't know why y'all get Jimmy started like this. And then we ended the 0 hour with the entrances for our opening matchup. You had the House of Black come out first, the Bang Bang Gang that got a nice reaction from the crowd. Pac and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Pac got a huge pop from this crowd, while Christian Cage and the Patriarchy got some boos on their way down to the ring. So we kicked off AEW All in London, the main card, with the London Ladders matchup for the AEW World Trios Championships. I like the fact that they did the entrances during the 0 hour, so we could immediately get to the action on the main card here. This was your typical car crash matchup. It's 12 guys in a ladder match. It's pretty much what you would expect from it. Bell sounded, and they went right at it. All the other teams looked at Christian Cage and the Patriarchy. He ran for his life up the ramp to the back immediately as the bell rang. Brody King was setting up tables around ringside while everyone took turns trying to climb and were cut off. King ate a drop kick to the face with the ladder by Colton Gunn as Malachi Black hit a big moonsault onto a pile of superstars on the outside. You had Yuta and Matthews. They followed with dives of their own. Pac was left alone, and the crowd went wild. He had a beautiful sky twister press onto the pile on the outside, leaving the Guns to go at it. They start doing Team 3D, Dudley Boy spots with the What's Up headbutt. They then did the Colton, Austin, and then Juice got on the apron. Juice 1, 2, 3, get the tables. Brody King steamrolled all of them, though. He had a wild-looking tope to the outside. With everyone down, that brought back Christian Cage, which, oh my God, Christian Cage is just one of the best, heels. Being live, he plays to the stadium so well. He came out like the sneaky heel that he is, but he was immediately launched to the outside by Claudio Castagnoli and Brody King. He was caught by everyone, and they caught him, and everyone not in the patriarchy, and they beat him up mercifully. Mother Wayne set up a ladder and tried to climb, but the Guns cut her off. Their attention was turned enough for Killswitch to appear. He starts hitting choke slams on everyone, including one to Buddy Matthews on the apron, one to Malachi Black on a ladder. Killswitch and Brody King had a stare down, but Nick Wayne came in and hit a Wayne's World onto Brody through a table on the outside. He was hitting some crazy bumps in this matchup. King was dropped with the 310 to Yuma. They tried one on Castagnoli, but he hit a big flying uppercut. Robinson suffered the giant swing. Mid-rotation, he got drop kick, and then he got the black arrow by Pac. King and Castagnoli were slugging it out on the ladder. The Guns came in, cut them off with steel chair shots. They set up some tables. They got on their backs. Both men were punching at each other. They then held onto each other, so neither one of them could fall, but they both eventually fell through the ladders through the tables on each side of the ladder. We get a fast sequence between Matthews and Wayne. You get Pac tries a springboard, but Christian chucks a ladder at him. He hits a brutal looking kill switch on a unfolded chair. You get Nick Wayne. He hits a crazy looking Canadian destroyer onto Malachi Black through a half up table at one point. Then you get Killswitch. He starts helping Christian Cage. Juice Robinson comes in. He cuts off Mother Wayne, who tries to hit him with the aerosol can, and he hits her with the aerosol can instead. He then tees putting her through a table, but Killswitch comes and saves her. Robinson just crashes through a table on the outside. Killswitch is helping Christian up the ladder, but Buddy Matthews cuts him off. He cuts off Buddy Matthews, hitting a big spear through the ladder. Juice Robinson gets a large ladder that knocks around the titles on the top. They should have checked that before the matchup. Christian pushes him off the ladder, and he crotches himself on the top rope. Killswitch puts Cage back on his shoulders. They start climbing the ladder, but Pac makes the save. He boots Christian into Killswitch, and he pulls down the championship belt to give them the victory. Yes, the makeshift team of Pac and Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli, the Bastard Combat Club, is your new AEW World Trios Champions. Car crash match, but it was fun for what it was. I gave it 3.5 stars. What did you think about this opener that it seems clear as day this was supposed to be the Death Triangle winning the Trios Championships? But they just said, Pac, we're going to still make sure you win in Wembley.
That's sweet. I also gave this 3.5 stars on the nose there. Christian was great, as per usual. The only one of the spots I fucking hated, might have been the only spot I hated, this is the spot I wrote down, is that one punch sending everybody to the outside spot. One punch just knocks you out of the ring, and then somebody else takes their spot, and a punch knocks them out of the ring. That was fucking heinous. But the rest of this was fun. Car crash, as you said. Spot Fest. This should not have opened the show, especially because we would have had to follow the Spot Fest. Somebody's a fucking idiot. But you know what? That's not the other day. You weren't aware of this, but fucking, I mean, I guess you watch Collision, so you are. But Nigel and Tony are fantastic together. Holy shit!
I've been telling you this for weeks. Actually, I've been saying that.
Holy shit! Nigel was always great, obviously, as the old school heel, and that lets Tony be the old school babyface, who says things like "speak, bitch," which is hilarious. Even Excalibur wasn't in the way. I loved every second of it. And you can enjoy it for one more match. Cortez makes his return. I don't know. Just don't know what last. I don't know how I feel about the winner, though. I gotta be honest. I get it's supposed to be Death Triangle, but ill.
I did not. I was like that as well because I predicted the Patriarchy to win this one, but I understood it by the end of the show because it did give them all the moment where they have gold. Everyone has gold. And now the Bastard Combat Club. Still the BCC.
Oh. It's my least favorite wrestling trope. And this is not even it. It's not even a group What is this? Ugh.
He's BCC adjacent now since he doesn't have Dev Triangle.
Ironically, he feels the most different from the group.
Yeah,
like he doesn't wrestle like they're wrestling.
I would love this more if Moxley comes back and he's like, "What the fuck is he doing here?"
I'm enjoying my non-Moxley time. Just ready for my non-Jericho time.
You know, I'll trade Moxley. Come back from vacation, and we'll put Jericho on vacation. How about that, please, guys? We got another super chat donation from Chillin' with Chase. He's feeling generous with this Danielson winnings here.
Let's fucking go.
Chase says, Jimmy saying Sheeta can speak English better than Mercedes earned this. Oh my fucking God. I'm in tears.
That's going to get me in trouble somewhere, but you know what? Fuck it. I stick by it. Also, the black woman can't. All right. Take it easy.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Oh, Chuck Berries hitting us with a super chat donation as well. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries. You guys are killing it today. We appreciate it.
Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Chuck Berries says,
y'all niggas need to stop hating. Andrade's better than Melo on the mic. Fuck what y'all talking about. Andrade's hilarious. He's hysterical.
Chuck Berry says, how long do you guys think the Bastard Combat Club coexists as the trio champs, considering their history from last year's Blood and Guts? I mean, if they haven't shown it yet, it would feel very contrived if after they win the titles, they start showing dissension.
Agreed. So we need Moxley to do it.
Yes.
What the hell is this?
What is this? We didn't train him.
Please and thank you.
I'm with it there. But yeah, thanks, guys. Keep coming with those super chat donations. We appreciate it. Safet says 3 stars for him for this matchup. Look at that. We also got Chase saying enjoyed this match, but I'm personally not a fan of the thrown together teams winning.
That's all. This is not only is it the everybody has a belt trope, it's the last minute fucking this motherfucker just got added so they win the match trope. Fucking Austin's out, put in Big Show. Big Show wins the belt. What a quinky dink. It's weird how that works.
And considering that you had built this trio's feud for like the last 2 months, and this the niggas that just showed up to it, and they win.
I forgot about that. If I watch Collision, I'd be pretty pissed about this.
If this was Death Triangle, because even if you watch the video package for this matchup on the pre-show, if this was Death Triangle, this would have made a lot more sense. Because remember, Death Triangle versus the Bang Bang Gang at Double or Nothing. So this would have been a 3-month storyline in the trios division, culminating here. But because it's a thrown together team of Pac and Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, it just doesn't look the best.
How are we not aware? And it's a problem in both companies. Both. 1 to 2 company people. But of like we're not knowing when contracts are running out and what's happening when. What the fuck's going on here? Shouldn't somebody be on the ball? Just a thought. Somebody should be talking to somebody else. Just a thought.
Yeah, that was the one moment where I think this trio's storyline got off the rails when Bang Bang Gang roughly got stripped of the titles just so Pac could have a British moment. Fair. All right. Speaking of British moments, it was time for Mariah May challenging timeless Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World
Second match on the show.
I'm fine with this because as soon as I saw that this was the second matchup, I was like, AEW is different from other promotions. Second match on the show sometimes steals shows for AEW. That's how they work.
So what?
It's either the opener or the second match of the show. And I wanted the crowd to be up for this, as we saw with
put it before the Spot Fest.
I mean, I would have opened the show with Mariah May and Timeless Toni Storm, but this was still a good spot because of what we got on the 0 hour and the opener, where we had 16 guys in the first match. You got a mixed tag team match in the second match. You had a 10-man tag in the third match. Then you get 12 guys in a ladder match. Having a singles match, I was like, oh, okay, wrestling. Ooh, okay. Now this feels like a proper start to the show. And it's a 9-month storyline culminating here. Good entrances for Mariah May as well as Timeless Toni Storm. We got the big production showing her from 1924 at Wembley Stadium. And then Luther is back. Yes, good old Luther is back. We also hear that Mariah May's mother was seated ringside. We're told this is only the second time she's seen her daughter wrestle. Luther got actually a nice little applause from the fans there presenting Toni Storm with the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm got a huge pop as well. The bell rang and we got an early stare down between the two ladies. Both ladies immediately turned this into a freaking hockey fight, just slugging at each other. They started dodging one another's finishing moves until May hit a nice little shotgun drop kick. Loved them showing Mina Shirakawa in the crowd watching on, and her kind of looking like all tense, watching her two friends go at it. Storm started no-selling some chops, and Mariah May was hitting her damn hard. You could see Tony's chest getting red. She faked high and hit a nice little DDT, but May avoided the hip attack in the corner. She then hits a big sunset flip powerbomb to the floor. May then spat in the face of Luther. Back inside, we hit the Mariah go-round, spinning side slam, kept May in control. She had a headstand, head scissors out of the corner as May slapped Storm, bringing her to her knees. Similar to the scene of May laying out Storm in Calgary, she planted a kiss on her forehead, but Storm that got her up, that got her back alive as she hulked up, she started fighting back, only to be flattened by a May back suplex. Storm rolled outside, and May hit a leaping knee off the apron. She then connected with a gnarly looking back bump in the process, though. May walked over and planted a kiss on Nigel McGuinness, which Nigel was just like, he gained life after that. She then hit a shotgun drop kick onto Luther on the outside. May then walks over to her own mother and slaps her across the face.
For no reason.
No reason at all. But it was so hilarious. I was like, why? What is going on? Who is that? Because I didn't hear commentary. So I was like, who did she just slap in the face? Before Storm flew in, she hit a big hip attack through the ropes. She then connected with a Storm Zero on the steel steps. She then walked over to Mariah May's mother and clutched her in her bosom, and she says she's protecting her now. Then we see that Mariah May has been busted open. I was like, you had to have color in this matchup after the heel turn. Storm unloaded with 10 punches back inside. Multiple Beals sent May flying across the ring. Storm went for a roundhouse shot, only for May to spit in her face. She then connected with a big choke bomb at that point for a 2 count. May fought back with a corner high kick and a missile drop kick from the top rope. We get multiple Sweet Cheeks music from Mariah May at this point, showing that she knows Toni Storm's offense. She then went for a 4th one, but Storm popped up. She hits a big, huge lariat, knocking her down, and a German suplex. And then she connected with the Sweet Cheeks music of her own. She then hits a Storm Zero, but she's only able to get a 2 count. This is when the fans were really into this one. We get "This is awesome" chants. May flips off Storm as she's on the ground, showing that she still has some fight in her. She slaps her repeatedly before another slugfest ensues. Referee Aubrey Edwards tries to step in, but she gets shoved away by both women, and they both hit pump kicks low, and we get a double down between both of them after they hit headbutts to each other. Another "This is awesome" chant from the crowd. May dodges a Storm Zero, and she hits Mayday, but Toni Storm kicks out of that. Mariah May tries to grab the women's championship, but Luther grabs it from ringside and then flips her off. May opts to grab the bloody shoe, but Toni Storm stops her, stomping on her hand, but she couldn't use the bloody shoe herself. She did not want to get disqualified, I guess, or couldn't bring herself to attack her former protege in the same way that she did. This leads to May getting a jackknife pin for a 2 count, but popped up right into a running knee right to the neck. She kissed Storm on the head and then hits the Storm Zero for the 1-2-3 to become the new AEW Women's World Champion. This might have been one of my favorite AEW Women's World Championship matches on pay-per-view. This is right up there for me with Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter from Full Gear 2022. This was hard-hitting, had so much great storytelling and elements throughout the matchup, and this felt like a culmination of a plan that Tony Khan had before Mariah May came in here, and this is how you build a new star. She felt like a new star being crowned at the biggest show of the year, and a nice little curtain call that they gave for Timeless Toni Storm. They didn't immediately go to the next matchup. They actually showed Toni Storm walking off. She got a nice applause from the fans in attendance as she had her curtain call of this run as AEW Women's World Champion. And in my eyes, Timeless Toni Storm is the greatest AEW Women's World Champion in the title's history. It's her and Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter had a shorter run, but it's 1A, 1B, or you can have one number one, one number two, but I would give it to Timeless Toni Storm after this run and the way it culminated here. This is, like I said, one of my favorite women's matches on an AEW pay-per-view. I gave it 4.25 stars.
Toni Storm's reign as Women's World Champion is the greatest Women's World Champion reign. Yes, agreed. This match makes second is egregious. I don't care that it's AEW. I don't give a fuck that it's in Wembley. I don't care about 0 Hour. I don't care about none of that. That's all white noise to me, speaking a different language. No. Having it follow with Spot Fest is egregious. Having it as number 2 is pure disrespect. And I called it. Once that Spot Fest was over, I said, I don't know what's next, but I know vaginas are involved because they're about to get fucked. That's how that works.
But they didn't get fucked. The crowd was into this more than the Spot Fest.
Themselves because they're that good. That doesn't mean you didn't fuck me. Doesn't mean you didn't try. That's not how that fucking works. Absolutely fucking not. No. This was great. All this was great. A few notes if I can be nice. You didn't get to hear Nigel. Nigel was going fucking crazy.
I did see him pop up when Mariah May kicked out of Storm Zero. All I see is him because I'm like right across. Like the announce table's right over here, and I'm across, and all I see him get up, and he's like, when she kicked out of Storm Zero.
When Mariah May starts taking over, Nigel says, and I quote, "The fans now booing Toni Storm. No offense, not fighting at all." Oh my God. I love you, sir. This is fantastic. He just went off. Luther stinks. I'm sorry. No disrespect. He might be the worst bumper in the history of bumpers. He is fucking heinous. He's also a glory hound. I hate everything about Luther. I'm sorry. I forgot he was Jericho's friend. That's why he's here. There's no other reason. No disrespect, sir. Once Tony took over, it felt, that's how I knew it was a really well done story. It felt righteous. It felt like, yes, this awful bitch has had this coming. Let's go. And I loved every bit of this. I gave it 4 stars. Thank you, sir. Should have been in the open. It was splendid. I hope the character dies. It's a perfect ending. Perfect.
It is.
Props to Dummy. I probably shouldn't call him Dummy. Props to Tony Khan and Toni Storm for what they've done with this. I think if they end it now, which they won't, it's the right move. If they were to end it now, it would be perfection. Perfect.
Yeah. This is a well-done story of Timeless Toni Storm and an exceptional story with Mariah May and how she came in, played out her whole plan, and then wins in her home country. But even though she's in her home country, she got genuine heat from this crowd. Like, this crowd was invested in the story. Like, that's what made it work. We got a super chat donation here. Thank you so much, Christopher Kidd, for the support here. You guys are killing it today. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Christopher Kidd says, can this lead to a body Mox versus Pac match and a Mox versus DB match too? Because that could make makes for greatest TV and pay-per-view matches. I mean, I've seen both matches, but they're always good. And we recently just saw the Bryan Danielson and Pac in the Owen Hart Cup, but I wouldn't mind them going at it for the AEW World Title. But Pac is going to probably have to wait a while because he's got a shot at the International Championship at All Out now.
Right. Oh, ew. That just feels awful.
You're gonna have the trios titles definitely ain't getting defended at All Out because Claudio got a Continental title probably.
What the fuck are we doing? What? Oh, what a shit show. Jesus. I was gonna say these should be TV main events. Mox versus Pac is the main event, and Dragon obviously main event. Need more TV main events.
I agree. We got another super chat donation from Christopher Kidd. Thank you again, Christopher Kidd. We glad when you can watch the whole podcast, sir. Thank you.
Fucking Mark!
Oh, mission Jeff.
Christopher Kidd says Mariah versus Tony should have opened. However, the pacing for the show was good. She slapped her mom, and both of her moms cried together. 5 stars. Yeah, I might go 4.5 because I really like this. I think it was top 3, top 4 match of the night.
I was gonna go 4.25. That cunt kicking spot, and then the headbutts. I was like, oh my gosh, wait. And Luther was ridiculous. So no, I couldn't do it. Sorry.
That's what knocked it down for you.
Yeah, I can't do it. No.
Oh man, yes. We got Big Man Does says, and Tony is more popular for losing. That's a good point. Yeah.
Try to tell these people it's not about wins and losses. Maybe they'll listen to you, sir. Don't listen to me.
Eric Isaac says Mariah loves blood. Apparently so. She's ready to bleed. She's ready to bleed and make people bleed. I like Mariah May. Mariah May is she is a killer right now. She is. We also got I Make Beats who goes the full 5. He said 5 stars for that one. We got Safet and Chris who give it 4 stars, and we got Pablo who's trying to hate. Says relax with the Meltzer stars.
You call it 4 thumbs, 4 fucking toes. What do you want, sir? 4 snowflakes. Whatever you prefer. I'm here to help. 8 out of 10. Whatever.
Cage match ratings. Call me Mr. Vonda says the blasphemy SP3. It's Hikaru Shida who's the greatest, but we will agree to disagree. Hikaru Shida's top 4. Top 4 for me.
No agreeing to disagree. I don't believe in that.
She's top 4. Top 4 for me.
Give her whatever you want. Not 1. You can go from 100 champs to the men. 10?
It was Riho, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, then Saraya, and Hikaru Shida again, then Thomas Toni Storm again, and Mariah May makes 9.
She can be anywhere from 3 to 9, but that's about it. So no disrespect. No disrespect. Not really a discussion for the first 2 spots. Knock it off.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Christopher Kidd says, I agree with Jimmy. Having this match right after Jamie's return would have been even better. That is true. Ooh. That would have worked. That would have worked too. Have them like have Mariah May like come out during 0 hour for her entrance as Jamie's walking back. Keep it in that way.
Jesus, whatever. Listen,
what happened?
Pablo the Real. I've heard his
opinion
before. But
I never get it.
I've been there. I've been there. I didn't used to like watching women fight, like in UFC and stuff. But once you get used to it, you kind of go. Some women do have their face bashed in, and then I moved on. I wish I could be it. I wish I could be this chick.
Why did you have to put it that
The
way?
words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Wish I could be this chick. Choking her out right now. I'm joking, mostly.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Can't take this guy nowhere. I agree with Chase. I think it's badass. Especially with Mariah May and time with Sonny Storm and the feud that they built. It was appropriate.
Mariah May fucking crying as she got her ass beat is fucking fantastic. Like the bully got bullied for half a second. It was fucking great. And then she still won. Oh, that was a great match. I wish I could have given more.
Great
Too much Luther.
Yeah, I give it 4.25. Maybe on a rewatch, I might watching it on TV. I might give it 4.5. Next, you had the FTW Championship, the For the World Championship. Chris Jericho, who came out performing with Fozzy, the theme song to the Learning Tree, which had multiple people, a sea of people, in fact, going to concessions in the bathroom. I kid you not. This was essentially a handicap match as Hook was on his own with his eye patch and everything. He had a 3-on-1 assault to start off the matchup with Big Bill and Brian Keefe attacking him at the start, but Hook was able to fight back after Jericho got a near fall with the code breaker. He hit a T-bone suplex to Keefe, low bridge Bill to the floor. Jericho hit a low blow and went under the ring. He pulled out some pool cubes and a bag of cricket balls, as well as a cricket bat. But it was Hook who got the better of it. He grabbed the cricket bat, smacked Jericho in the back with it. Then he was choking him, and he said, "Hi, guys," because it said "Hi, guys" on the bat. Hook then hit a T-bone suplex using the cricket bat. Keith smacked Hook in the face with a big trash can lid. Then Hook dodged a Judas effect, and he hit a T-bone suplex, at which point he pulled off the eye patch to reveal that he can see just fine. Why didn't you do that at the start of the matchup? And why did you wrestle 80% of this matchup with an eye patch when it was 3-on-1? I don't know. Anyways, another T-bone suplex, but Bill grabbed a hold of him from the apron. He had set up a barbed wire table, and Jericho swung at Hook, but Hook dodged it, and he hit Big Bill with it, who is ridiculously over in the UK. We saw that on Collision, and you saw that in this matchup. Both guys traded walls of Jericho's or walls of Hook at another point. Hook got on the Katahachi main, the red rum, but Brian Keefe got involved, knocked him in the head with a belt-assisted fish shot, but Hook was able to kick out. Hook eventually dodges a kendo stick and locks back on the red rum, at which point Taz had enough. He was like, I want to let my son do it on his own, but if these guys keep getting involved, I'm going to get involved. And he locks on the Katahachi main, the Taz mission on Brian Keefe to the biggest pop of this whole entire matchup. And Hook makes Jericho tap out with the red rum. Hook is your new and 3-time FTW champion. Cool moment with Hook and Taz hugging outside of the ring, but no one was really interested in this matchup until the end with Taz getting involved. I did like Hook's entrance where he did have the Taz heartbeats and everything. That was a nice ode to his father and a nice moment at the end, but the middle 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes of this matchup could have done without on this card, but I'll still give it 2 stars. What did you think?
For the first time maybe in history, Frantic World and I are on the same page. I didn't watch this fucking match. I wasn't even going to pretend. I thought about lying and fucking saying something because Jericho was slow. Hook was athletic, but a little sloppy in spots. I could have bullshit my way through it. And I would have been 100% right. But there's no need. I didn't watch it. No interest at all. Retire this fucking belt. Retire this fucking gimmick. Fucking maybe retire Hook from AEW. Whatever anybody wants to do to move on from this, I'm okay with all of it. Please and thank you. I don't ask for much.
Hey, they finally on the Big Bill agenda, man. We've been pushing the Big Bill agenda here for a while, but the UK is on the Big Bill agenda.
They've been all over it, clearly.
They love it.
What do you do with them?
Them some Big Bill. I think you have Jericho get mad at get mad at Big Bill for losing, and Big Bill turns on him and turns babyface.
Done. Sold. Brian Keith can go back to the abyss. From which he came.
No, I would still want to see Brian Keith on my TV, but I just want him in a different role.
Why?
I just want him in a different role.
Can anybody tell me why? Anybody give me anything?
I like Brian.
Yes, thank you. That's everybody's answer. I like Brian Keith. They can't tell you why I like him. He's not great at this. He's not great at that.
I like him because he's good in the ring and he's funny.
Describe fucking 50% of the fucking population. What the fuck makes? He has a hat. Who cares?
I wouldn't say 50% of the population is funny.
4 billion people just do what you described. They're good wrestlers and they're fucking funny. Enough. Come on, man. Let's move on.
We got Christopher Kidd with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Christopher Kidd. We appreciate the support as always.
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
Christopher Kidd says, started the pay-per-view late and skipped this one. I see a lot of y'all skipped this one.
I don't get what I've got to see his fucking contract. Chris Jericho's contract is so ridiculous.
To be fair to me, being there live, I caught like the tail end of this matchup because I went to concessions, I got my fries, got a burger, and then I ate the fries and the burger during this matchup, and my head was down, like eating. And then I caught the tail end of the matchup. I rewatched it just before we went live here to do my due diligence for this review.
It's very committed. It's appreciated. I'll drive finishers. Yeah, you were on the bandwagon. I appreciate it coming around. He's not great. He's a mid-carder. Yes. Mid-carder. Always mid-carder. Eat it. The bricks.
Brian Keith could go to Ring of Honor and have bangers. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I thought that was what he was going to originally do when he first got here.
Right? Because Jericho took a liking to him for some reason.
Yeah. I Make Beats says, y'all crazy. This match was pure cinema.
Kentucky being sarcastic or not? I'm going to assume you did.
My rating on the burger and fries chase, it was 3 stars. So 1 star higher than this matchup.
Jesus.
Hey. And I didn't post a picture of it. I'm not trying to make the British people feel bad, But next up, you get the AEW World Tag Team Championships up for grabs. The Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, facing the Acclaimed Max Caster and Anthony Bonins with Daddy Ass, FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. You had the Bucks dressed as the Beatles, Sergeant Pepper's.
Yeah, what's up with these half-ass fucking parodies they do? It's never great. It's the Succession one and now this. This stinks.
Hey, I like their gear, to me personally.
I'm not a Beatles fan. Of course you like it.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and had a Tron video to go with it. The Acclaim came out last and got musically themed Scissor Me Daddy Ass chants going before their entrance. Caster got to do his live rap, which he said that FTR having Bret Hart matches in their spank bank, while saying that the only thing the Bucks ever had to pump were their penises.
Holy shit, he stinks. This is ridiculous. What are we doing? But y'all love them over there.
Quick, I was like, I literally was next to NK, formerly of Rest Things, and I was like, why are they so over? I was like, for everything I say bad about the Acclaim, they're still ridiculously over with the live crowd. Quick start from Caster and Harwood. The Bucks tried to get involved. They were dispatched initially, but a blind tag for the Bucks in control of Wheeler with an assisted slice spread into a penalty kick. You get Harwood down from Nicholas cutting him off. Wheeler reluctantly crawls to the Acclaim's corner where Anthony Bowens comes in for a hot tag. They hit a double scissor me timbers on the Bucks before doing the scissor me daddy ass in the middle of the ring. Blind tag by Hardwood as the Acclaim scissored only to get laid out with suplexes for their troubles. We get German suplex after German suplex after German suplex until Wheeler and we get Wheeler and Dax who do double German suplex on both Bucks for a near fall. Matthew tries fighting out of the corner, so Bowens and Harwood hit a big double superplex that was supposed to set up the powerplex, but Wheeler gets cut off with the knees to the gut. Then Matthew got his knees up for Caster doing a mic drop. And then Nicholas tries for a senton, but he gets the knees does for the 450, but he gets the knees as well. Everyone was down. I was worried about Nick after that matchup with the Acclaim, but I would say he was the best performer in this matchup. He brought that energy back, that Nicholas Jackson energy that I'm used to a little bit in this matchup here. He was moving fast, running wild for a bit at this one. He looked for the TK driver, but Wheeler launched him off the top rope. He had a big moonsault onto the Acclaim. The FDR hit the shatter machine on Matthew, but it's Nicholas who pulls the referee out of the ring before the 3 count. Daddy Ash chases Nicholas around the ring, but he hits a super kick from Matthew. Matthew asks Caster to team up with him and hit the EVP trigger, and they hit it on Dax. But then Caster teams up with Wheeler and hits the shatter machine on Matthew. Bowens flies in, hits a blockbuster on Wheeler to break up the pinfall, but Matthew took the referee. Nicholas hits a low blow. The Bucks start pumping up their kicks, and they do a big super kick party on a couple of folks. Daddy Ass jumps in. He hits a Fame Master on Nicholas. The arrival by Bowens, mic drop by Caster, but Nicholas breaks up the cover. Wheeler takes out the Acclaim outside with a wild dive, leaving Hardwood alone with the Bucks as Matthew was rolled up, but Hardwood shoved off into a title belt shot from the Young Bucks. Hardwood kicks out, but then the Young Bucks hit the EVP trigger on Dax. 1, 2, 3 to retain the AEW World Tag Team Champions. The Bucks don't have long to celebrate at all because in comes James Drake and Zach Gibson, the grizzled young veterans. They are here and they seem to be officially with All Elite Wrestling. They get into the Young Bucks face, but the Young Bucks don't want no smoke. They get out the ring. So GYV attacks FTR and lay them out with a high-low and then stare down with the Young Bucks, making sure they know they're coming for the AEW Tag Team Championships. This was pretty fun. It wasn't as good as I thought they could have done like a year ago, but it was a pretty fun matchup. I give it 3.5 stars. What did you think?
We're on the exact same page again. 3.5. I'm clearly going too high on this. I'll try to adjust as we go along. Taz back on commentary. It's my first note I have. Heinous, because I skipped the Jericho match. Fucking heinous. This is already awful. The Acclaimed over as fuck. The Bucks get their usual cheap heat. The complete drop-off for FTR is jarring for me. I don't think a lot of you remember that a year and a half ago, this was the most over tag team, most over people, fuck tag team, on the planet.
Last year at All In, they were over.
I'm jarring. Nick MVP. Welcome back, Nick.
Yeah.
You well.
Welcome back. I literally looked over to AK. I was like, Nick put on his working boots today. I'm happy. I was worried.
Motivated.
I was worried after that match with the Acclaim.
I fucking hate Taz again. Then super kick takes out Daddy Ass. Question mark. How? When was the last time Brock Lesnar sold a super kick? This is insanity. But whatever. He's moved on. This is all pretty good. I don't think FTR is as good as they used to be. I don't know if it's a lack of motivation. I don't know what's going on. The Bucks are the Bucks. Nick Jackson seals the show, and Matt Jackson is here to, I guess, hold somebody on occasion so Nick can do a flip of some kind. Well, Matt and Nick earn the same paycheck. Whatever. And the Acclaimed are just insanely over. I gotta admit, I don't even get it a little bit. But
I literally, it felt like FTR was the least over tag team in this matchup.
And it's not that close. It was shocking to me. But whatever. Maybe they need something. I said this before to you a couple months ago, I think. They need something. I don't know what it is. They need something. Heel turn, a break. So you said they were just injured. All right. So not a break, a heel turn. Something. Quincy on bets, who cares? As Big Man Dog said, the crowd went wild.
No, the crowd was into this, actually. They were actually into this.
Into
and
what?
The Bucks into this matchup. The
Not
Bucks,
the match.
the Bucks,
About the fucking the GY, whatever the name is.
No. There was some fans that know GYV. They actually popped for them, but it wasn't like a huge pop like we would see in the next match. But no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say the crowd went mild. No.
What would you call it? Crowd went slightly above average.
Yeah. I know them.
Oh, hey, it's that guy from that show.
Know those guys? That's why I was like, yeah, GYV is nice, but can we get like the Motor City Machine Guns too? Like, can we get like a real like I see some people on social media like, oh, GYV is back. Oh, they need it for the AEW tag team division, and I'm not saying that they don't. But I don't think GYV is going to be the team that brings back the tag team division. I don't think that.
Well, question to you is, first of all, do you have any update on the Machine Guns at all? Last I heard, AEW was in the lead.
Yeah, because it is feeling like we're going more weeks after that whole report of WWE being in the lead, and it's reminding me of when AEW was in the lead in April, and there was weeks that went by without any like update or any confirmation of that. So that's why I feel like it's more up in the air than people think it is of where they're going to do.
Once they're not on the same page on this, I wouldn't be shocked. They kind of have to go together. They're kind of a package deal.
Maybe you might be onto something, because it's kind of what we heard about the Elite last year, that they were kind of on the separate page where we have kind of put in our own math of Kenny wanted to go, Bucks wanted to stay, and it was up to Hangman.
Yeah. Guy who's going to be a star wherever he goes wanted to go. Shocking. And motherfuckers who knew to get fucked didn't want to go. Shocking. I miss Kenny Omega. I can't believe how much I've come around on Kenny the last 3-4 years. I miss Kenny.
Yes. He's sorely missed. He is missed. We got another super chat donation here from Chuck Berries. Chuck Berries, you are killing the game. We appreciate you for sure, as always.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
I need that energy, sir. What the fuck is going on? I'm home horse shit. I need that energy. Bring me that energy. I don't want too much.
So on True Hill Heat flagship podcast, we do a best and worst of the week. Punk won my worst of the week for that promo. For that promo last Monday, he won my worst of the week. That shit. I did not understand how upset I was and how much it brought down my score for Raw overall last week. Like it literally, it came to me as I'm doing the review with Romeo. I was like, that whole promo gave me the whole feeling of this felt like a dull episode because he didn't feel like he was into this.
What you just described is exactly what I was feeling a little while ago. I was like, Raw is my favorite show. And I can't explain why I hated this week's show because it had things I usually like. The thing I'm looking forward to the most, which is the Punk promo, almost always, shat in my cornflakes. And I'm so very annoyed. Raw is a Seth Rollins return and a fucking Hangman shoot promo away from being a perfect show. Because I need CM Punk to get on the ball. Once you get on the ball, everything falls into place. Otherwise, just bored.
I feel like you might be right that Seth is probably the only person that could bring out that Punk fire. Like at this point, Drew is kind of like a troll on the internet where Punk is not really taking them that seriously. Like how you spend 75% of a promo on like, oh, thank the fans. Oh, thank these fans over here and you guys over there. That's the reason we're on a roll. Instead of the guy that you say you are very upset about for stealing your bracelet.
Yeah, I listen. I want to be clear about this. I don't want him to take it the wrong way. We know he's perpetually online, even though he says he's not. I'm happy you're happy. To be clear, if you say, if I didn't watch wrestling, I would want CM Punk to be happy. I'm just saying your mood appears to be attached to your work. And the more agitated you are, the better your work is. Happy CM Punk is not good for me. It's bad for me. It's no coincidence you got better after the Hangman stuff. It's not a coincidence that you became the CM Punk we don't know and love, or most of us know and love. Some of y'all hate. After the Hangman stuff. It just is. With Moxley. With Hangman. On Collision. It's not a coincidence that's your best stuff when you're annoyed and don't really want to be here.
So fair.
Sorry. Who's going to be on the ball? Who's going to do it? Seth? Is it Seth? Where's Hangman when you need him? I don't ask for much.
We need either Seth, Kevin Owens, or Roman. One of those guys is gonna bring it out of him. Chuck Berries says with the super chat donation, thank you once again, Chuck Berries. He says, should I really take GYV as eventual title contenders? Could have had the machine guns in there instead if Tony had gotten on the ball.
Oh, Jesus, I'm not gonna blame Tony for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame Tony because I don't know what the machine guns want.
Right, he might have they might want something he can't give them. Can't give them WWE. He just can't. Title contenders, sure, and they will be. I mean, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
They will have a tag team title match. Serious? I mean, it's up to you. I don't see him taking the belts. I don't see him getting over enough. Sorry.
I think it really comes down to the fact that WWE never even pulled the trigger on them being NXT tag team champion. So why should them coming to AEW change that? And I like GYB. I've always been a fan of Zach Gibson since his days in Progress. I think he's a great on the mic guy, and I think if they gave these guys time to talk and get their characters over, I think they would gain a lot more fans. But initially, them coming in, it's gonna take some time for me to take them serious as title contenders.
How about the fact that they have an ass name? Where's Young Bucks is an ass name? I'm sorry. I have a general rule. Anything that's on the nose is ass. Now you can't be too abstract. What's the fusion thing? That's too abstract.
You're a fusion collector.
That's ass. That might be the worst name I've ever heard. But Grizzly Young Vets is just on the nose. It's like the premier athlete. It's too.
I like GYV. I like GYV.
GYV is solid. Yeah. You need to have a whole class on why nicknames work and why nicknames don't. And it's pretty simple. Who else has a shitty nickname? The Ultimate Opportunist is a shitty nickname. It's too on the nose. I'm sorry, it just is. Fucking World's Strongest Man stinks, but he's the world's strongest man, so it works.
It just is what it is,
right? Like instead of Cerebral Assassin, what if he was the smart villain? That stinks. That's just terrible. It just is the smart villain. Ew. Oh, grizzled young veterans. Oh.
We got another super chat donation here from Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, Christopher. We appreciate that.
Because he wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
him turning eating a brownie to see how that hit is hilarious.
Christopher said, skip to most of this one too. The shark was jumped. Fair. If you're not into something, if you're not into the build, I understand if you're gonna skip it on the pay-per-view show. I can't because I have to do this review. So
when did the Bucks give up on this? On this recent run? When did the Bucks give up on this run? And
what do you mean? Like revert back to what they were?
Yeah, maybe not baby faces, but a more a less character-centric situation.
I think they're gonna ride this out for a little while longer, even though it's not as over as they probably wish or think it is.
Fair enough. You still work with the Acclaimed. They're over as fuck.
I don't know because I like it, but Jimmy, he says, Mr. Bonda says, you're not gonna like Jake Lee's nickname then. Yeah, Jake Lee's nickname is he's the smart bastard. I'm sorry, it made me laugh too. I like it.
Is he a bad guy?
Yeah.
Ew. Smart bastard. What? Oh, that's fucking terrible.
All right, let's go into this is where I think the show really picks up. The casino gauntlet matchup. The match was so much fun, but let's get into how it all breaks down. You kick off the matchup. They did a nice little Mr. Bean-esque entrance for Orange Cassidy. This is the only part of the show that I showed my daughter, who's a big fan of Mr. Bean ever since we came out here. She loved this entrance. It was incredible. Second entrant, we already knew Orange was the number one entrant. Second entrant was the Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada. He got a huge pop from this crowd. Huge ovation for Okada, who's just made. His whole entrance, his whole vibe, he's just made for a stadium show. But it was very appropriate. A very appropriate start here because it would become high energy and energetic. So you had a guy whose gimmick is that he's lazy and a guy whose criticism is that he's lazy and low effort. Starting off this matchup, you get our Okada, who wanted the best friends hug with Cassidy. He starts getting emotional, does a fake emotional thing, but it was all a ruse as he cracks him in the neck, shots to the neck. He tries for the Rainmaker, but Orange blocks it by putting his hands in his pocket and gets a quick roll up for 2 until Okada hits a flapjack. The third entrant in this matchup, and Jesus Christ, if there was a roof on Wembley Stadium, it would have came off for Nigel McGuinness coming out to the tune of Oasis effing in the bushes to a wild reaction from the fans and the crowd here. He has a big stare down with Kazuchika Okada. A series of fakeouts from McGuinness led to him slapping Okada right in the face. Corner headstand. He was doing the corner headstand. I was like, oh, back in the 2000s, Jimmy. He does the discus lariat for a 2 count. Then you get Kyle O'Reilly, who got a pretty good pop as well. He hits a sliding knee strike on McGuinness before Okada put a stop to it. You get a stun dog millionaire by Cassidy, who ducked a Rainmaker, and Okada then got hit with the high-low from Cassidy Cassidy and Orange. Then we get another huge pop as number 5 in this matchup is Zack Sabre Jr., who comes out to a loud pop in England. You get Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly, who have their history with ZSJ from Forbidden Door time. You get McGuinness staring off and having a stare down with Nigel and ZSJ. I said it was like 2 guys looking in the mirror. They have a crazy great striking exchange between the 2 of them. Taz put over how AEW commentators are kicking ass tonight. Okada and Sabre Jr. have a stare down, reigniting their rivalry from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Okada hits the air grade crash neck breaker on him. Top rope elbow drop connects, and then he goes for the Rainmaker pose, but flips off the crowd. We get Roddy Strong in next. He gets a nice little exchange with Sabre Jr., reigniting their rivalry from PWG. He starts dishing out a series of backbreakers at this point. Then we get Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe, who comes out to another good pop with Dem Boys chants. He gets Redneck Kung Fu. Sabre Jr. sends him to the floor onto Okada. Then he hits him and O'Reilly and Cassidy start working together. Cassidy sets up the chair for Briscoe as he hits a big dive onto Strong and McGuinness. The conglomeration standing tall here. Then you get Hangman Adam Page, who came out to a mixture of cheers and boos from the crowd. He went right at the baby faces, taking them all out, taking the fight to Briscoe and O'Reilly. Okada and Sabre Jr. were sent to the outside. Cassidy gets dropped with a fallaway slam. Okada hits a slingshot dive, while Strong took a powerbomb on the apron from Hangman Adam Page. Cassidy dodged a buckshot lariat, but didn't survive a deadeye. Then at which point, Jeff Jarrett comes out, and he gets a big pop from this crowd. I was singing My World Live. You know me. I am a Cardi. I'm all for my Cardi, Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett is a house of fire. He goes at it with Hangman Adam Page. Page escapes the corner, punches and power bombs Jarrett onto a pile of competitors on the outside. Karen Jarrett gets on the apron and freaking Hangman grabs her up. Looks like he's about to strike her when number 10 in the matchup is Ricochet. And once again, the roof felt like it was going to blow off if there was a roof on Wembley Stadium. Out of this world, Ricochet, I couldn't even hear his theme song. That's how loud the pop was. He wasted no time showing off his offense, going crazy, hitting a drop kick on Page. O'Reilly and Strong were soon after. Then he hits a ridiculous-looking springboard shooting star press to the floor onto a pile of competitors. Number 11 in the matchup with Christian Cage, who's clutching his ribs. I just laughed when Christian came out. I was like, of course he's in this match. Of course. He lost the title. He's got to get another title. He gets wiped out by Ricochet with a big dive almost immediately. Buckshot lariat on Ricochet takes him out. Page makes the cover, but it's Okada who breaks it up. They start going at each other with Okada pissing Page off. He escapes the dead eye, a rolling elbow. He does not escape. It leads to a buckshot lariat attempt, but Karen Jarrett grabs Hangman by the leg, which leads to freaking Jeff Jarrett hitting the El Kabong with the guitar shot. Rainmaker by Okada on Jarrett, but Sabre Jr. ducked a Rainmaker into an arm submission. He nearly gets pinned by Orange Cassidy with a crucifix. He and Sabre Jr. start trading wild series of pin attempts, taking us back to their Forbidden Door matchup. Cassidy hits the Orange Punch on Sabre Jr. Strong hits the End of Heartache on Cassidy. Strong gets hit with the Froggy Bow by Mark Briscoe. We get McGuinness, who spins out of the J Driller. He hits the Tower of London, which got a huge pop from the crowd on both O'Reilly and Briscoe. Strong saved O'Reilly initially from a lariat. McGuinness hits a bounce back lariat. Cage comes in, flies in with a spear on Nigel. It looks like he's about to get the victory when not Killswitch, but Luchasaurus comes out number 6. Everybody's thinking this is Luchasaurus turning babyface, but no. He instead grabs up O'Reilly, choke slams him. He puts Christian on top of O'Reilly. 1, 2, 3. Christian Cage is your winner of the 3rd Casino Gauntlet and now has a guaranteed shot at the AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page was furious on the outside while the crowd was incredibly let down by this result after the crazy matchup. But it was also made official immediately after this matchup by Tony Khan that Ricochet is now hashtag All Elite. So many notes from this one, but man, Nigel McGuinness stole the show for this. It's been quite some time since I popped that loud for a return, but this was so much fun watching it live. I gotta give it 4 stars.
I'm going too high. I also gave it 4 stars. I loved most of this, I must say. Almost all of it. From Nigel to Ricochet, who, by the way, the perfect metaphor his debut was. He's big pop at the beginning, does a whole bunch of shit, leads to nothing. I think we'll look back about 2 years from now and go, that's exactly how that went. But Ricochet in a nutshell. I'm just like, that's perfect. I can't believe they did that. I hope it was on purpose. ZSJ. Listen, Dragon's the best ever, obviously. Without question. But Zack Sabre might be the smoothest wrestler I've ever seen in the ring before. Everything he does looks kind of like he didn't really try to do that. It just kind of happened. But he absolutely tried to do that. And he's probably practiced that for hours on end, and it looks fantastic. I could watch it for
every time out.
Landed. I know I've been hard on Okada's lack of giving a fuck. But it paid off here because his lack of giving a fuck I just found hilarious. This is big pinfall going on in the middle of the ring. He just walks over and kicks this guy in the back of the head.
He just nudges him with his foot. Oh my God. I was like, yo, Okada is the best. He is the best.
I was like, that is fucking hilarious. It was splendid. Finish I hated. Only because we've done this Christopher Christian and
that brought it down. I was
Soulstone.
almost at like 4.5, but the finish brought me down to like a 4.
She's like, oh. I don't hate Ricochet. Ricochet's great. Watch Ricochet all day. But I think you guys are fucking have short-term memory. I think you guys have very short-term memory. We've been here before. He will have the exact same, while he's significantly more talented, he will be fucking Ruby Soho. He's gonna come in, big spot, and a big match. He'll have a big title match against somebody. He'll lose, and then he will return to his level. As much as I criticize Tony Khan, he has put together a rather stacked roster. I'm not entirely sure what you want. I'm not entirely sure where you think fucking Ricochet fits in. He's had Ospreay, Swerve, MJF, Moxley, Dragon, Christian, Hangman. Stop it. Okada? What are we talking about? He's going to be where he was on Raw eventually. There's nothing to discuss. I'm sorry. You like
I'd say he could get his like best spot in like a similar fashion that he did, but they never kind of pulled the trigger with him in the tag team division. If they did a tag team of him and Ospreay, that would revive the tag team division.
Absolutely. And also kill your number one babyface. I don't really know what to tell you. Right. It was fun here. And all this was really good.
We got Power Driver finisher says ZSJ, McGinnis, Okada, Hanger, Ricochet, Christian. Only thing missing was Shane O'Mac. Someone told me, so I think it was Pete Quinnell of Russell Talk, who was like, they need to not call him Shane McMahon because that McMahon name is dead. Just call him Shane O'Mac in AEW. Kind of good. I can't front. We got another super chat donation from a boy, Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, Christopher Kidd, for the support. You guys are killing it today, killing the game, but we appreciate you for always.
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sid.
He says the match was booked to 92% perfection. From Briscoe to Christian Cage, the pacing of the entrances were good. Each rule is the Royal Rumble rules flipped 180. I like it. Yeah, I like the fact that the match can end at any point. That's what makes it a little different from the Royal Rumble. It's not elimination, and we can see all these guys kind of have their sequences in the ring and go out of the ring, and it doesn't mean that they're out of the match completely. They could pop back up, come back in, have a nice exchange with somebody, and it looks good.
Yeah, that part was good. I like the fact that it protects everybody, essentially. And perhaps more importantly, this complete fuckery they do with the intervals of when people enter. I'm kind of here for it. There is no set intervals. I loved it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 2 minutes.
I like
sometimes
that.
it was 12 seconds. What the fuck's going on here? Fuck it. Who cares? Fuck
it. It's like, okay, that one didn't get a pop. Let's go with another one, like immediately.
Sid died. Jesus.
Oh, damn. That's sad news. Yes. R.I.P. Psycho Sid. I've been hearing about his health not being good. One of my favorite quiet promos in professional wrestling is the master and ruler of the world. He used to talk through his teeth.
Yes. He felt legitimately out of his fucking mind. And I was here for it. He was fucking great. Not the smoothest motherfucker in the world, but I could watch him forever. He felt like a fucking super villain. His entrance at fucking what is that? The Michael Champion. That's Survivor Series 96?
Yes. I was there live for that.
Crazy. I was like, oh my god. Is he baby facing you up? You're a heel, sir.
Who's the man?
Who fist bumps like that? He's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Let's go.
I used to love that old entrance for Madison Square. They need to bring it back. Bring me back that old entrance. It's so good. So good. So good. But yes, RIP for Psycho Sid. We'll talk more about our Sid memories on True Hill Heat coming up this Saturday. But thank you in the chat, King Potato, for letting us know about the passing of Psycho Sid. And of course, our thoughts and condolences to Sid's family, friends, his son, for sure, passing away due to cancer. King Potato comments here. We got Christopher Kidd talking about the Casino Gauntlet said Okada was amazing. Chuck Berry says the Luchasaurus turn on Christian Cage is going to be enormous. I kind of wanted it here. Why couldn't it be here?
So we need Christian to win. I assume he's going to take the title at some point. That's what it feels like.
It does. It does, because why would you go so soon to him having this guaranteed title shot back?
It's so weird. He's going to be the one to ruin this Dragon run. I'm not mad at it. If I had to pick a guy, it'd be Christian.
I would say he does it at Grand Slam when it's Darby versus Bryan.
Oh, I like it. I'm there for it.
Yeah.
He definitely
and then you could finally pay off the Darby and Christian rivalry and have Darby beat Christian for the AEW World Title.
You guys really on this Darby winning the belt thing? I don't see it.
Wrestling Observer Newsletter reported that they're having serious talks about it.
Who's they? I'm sorry about
within AEW.
Tony Khan and whom?
And his 27 people that are a part of the creative process, he says.
Good. A part of the creative process. Holy shit. Man's never had a creative thought in his life. The creative process.
I might go higher on this matchup. Like I had it at, like I said, I had it at 4.5, but the finish let it down. And I was like, 4 stars. But
yes.
I might if I rewatch it. I might rewatch it. I might give it.
I thought I was wrong. Maybe you're the one that's right. Maybe now you have properly adjusted your star ratings after 3 years working together. Finally recalibrated. Good job.
Survivor Series 1996, the very first pay-per-view I ever went to live. It's probably still my favorite Survivor Series ever.
Wow. It's got Austin Brett. It has that Psycho Sid entrance.
As the Sid and Michaels was good. They had Taker and Mankind with Paul Bearer in a shark cage.
That was ridiculous.
Rocky Maivia's debut.
Ill.
Doug Furness and Phil LaFawn. I used to love them as a tag team when I was a kid. Non-charisma good wrestlers. That was my first iteration of non-charisma good wrestlers.
I'd probably go vote 2 if I had to go a Survivor Series. I mean,
that's a really good one.
If only for Scott Steiner with the microphone on WWE television.
Give me the fucking mic.
It's like already Vince is probably backstage losing his mind. It's exactly what we told him not to say. And he said it. Awesome.
All right, it's time for a big matchup. Right when the energy of the crowd was kind of let down by the finish, but still up from the Casino Gauntlet, we got Will Ospreay going up against MJF. Will Ospreay had the great, visually phenomenal freaking Assassin's Creed themed entrance and video package. It was revealed that Assassin's Creed is now the sponsor of Will Ospreay, apparently. Like, I was like,
what?
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty big. All right. To say his reaction was loud would be a ridiculous understatement. This was another pop that if they had a roof at Wembley Stadium, it would have blown off, because this whole crowd, everyone absolutely adores Will Ospreay. He is like their birth child. It's like their child is out there. Each and every person, all 50,000 were for Will Ospreay. MJF had ladies waving the American flag. He came out with this extravagant robe that you see here. And the nigga had Lex Luger 1993-94 trunks, a U.S. robe, a top hat. He was Apollo Creed. He's got the big American flag with 50 MJF faces. He's got streamers that got stuck in the lighting rig above the ring, and they never were able to remove them all the rest of the night. The bell sounded, and this was a slugfest. Immediately, MJF went for the eyes, sending him to the floor. He dodged a Will Ospreay slingshot crossbody in the Sake special. Back inside, MJF dodged the hidden blade and the house cutter. Ospreay avoided a tombstone. We got a series of near falls. MJF avoided a poison rana and hit a big power bomb on the knee for a 2. We get MJF hitting the kangaroo kick early on in this one after posing and warming up to it. But Ospreay dodged the heat seeker and connected with the pip cheerio. MJF opted for the hip swivel after a poke of the eyes, which let Ospreay recover and do a wall walk enziguri and a handspring corkscrew kick. We get a snot rocket from MJF, so Ospreay starts hitting him with Kawada kicks and snot rocket of his own. He hits a standing sky twister, rolling MJF to the floor. The crowd was so into this matchup from the opening bell. Ospreay wanted another sake special, but instead MJF catches him in midair and connects with a tombstone right on the floor. MJF said anyone can flip as he tried a springboard moonsault, but Ospreay moved. MJF landed on his feet, ran at Ospreay, and Ospreay hits a Spanish fly on the floor. With MJF draped over the top rope, Ospreay hits a shooting star press. MJF battled back with a freaking crossroads, and he's able to get a 2 count after spiking Ospreay right on his freaking head. He hits a nice little back body drop on the floor as well. We get a gnarly snap power driver by MJF with Ospreay bouncing off the mat on his neck. Ospreay, every time he hit a neck move, MJF, he just made you feel like his neck was going to come off. Both men slowly were up. MJF popped Ospreay with a rolling elbow, but Ospreay floated over a lariat and responded with the Stormbreaker, and he got a 2 count. The crowd was chanting for the Tiger Driver at this point, but Ospreay opted for the Hidden Blade, but MJF rolled to the floor. Ospreay looked for the Os Cutter, but MJF fell back, so Ospreay crashed and burned on the apron. MJF then hit the Panama Sunrise on the apron. He demanded referee Bryce Remsburg count. He was like, count faster, as he's counting him out, but he's able to get back into the ring. MJF teased for the Hidden Blade, but Ospreay collapsed, at which point MJF says, your boy's a bum. He then goes for the Heat Seeker, but Ospreay's able to dodge it. He hits a hook kick and an Os Cutter on the apron. Ospreay wanted another Hidden Blade off the apron, but after he hit 2 Os Cutters, it got a near fall. He went for the Os Cutter, for the Hidden Blade off the apron, but MJF's able to dodge out the way, and Ospreay hits the cameraman instead. At which point MJF, yeah, that was a mean one. I wanted them to freaking do the camera shot of Ospreay coming at the cameraman with the Hidden Blade. I wanted that to happen, but that didn't happen. MJF grabbed the American Championship. He waffled Ospreay, who went for a charge, but Ospreay was able to kick out. MJF hit a brainbuster, vertical drop brainbuster, but Ospreay was able to kick out again. MJF tries for the Hidden Blade, but this time Ospreay ducks. MJF was sent into referee Bryce, who bumped to the floor. Ospreay yells for the Tiger Driver at that point, but MJF's able to spin out, and he hits a freaking low blow at that point. MJF put the Dynamite Diamond Ring on his hand, but a masked man pops up on the apron, stops him from using it, punches him, and shoves him down instead. Not punching, shoves him down. And at this point, everyone in the crowd were calling for Garcia at this point. As it's revealed, he removes the mask, and it is Daniel Garcia returning to stop MJF from cheating once again against Will Ospreay. MJF is completely stunned. He's yelling at Daniel Garcia, asking why you're here. And Ospreay behind him is taking off the arm pad. He blasts him with the Hidden Blade, and then the crowd were just chanting, Tiger Driver, Tiger Driver. He picks him up, hits the Tiger Driver 91. Perfect, right high on the shoulders, on the back of the neck. And then 1, 2, 3, exactly what Jimmy Macram was asking for on Thursday. Will Ospreay wins with the Tiger Driver 91 to dethrone MJF as the American champion. Yes, Harlem. Yes. Yes.
It's the new Muppet.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll watch it with you when I'm done. to dethrone MJF. He denies getting the American Championship, and instead Christopher Daniels appears. He presents him with the International Championship, and Justin Roberts announces him as the new International Champion. This one played to the stadium superbly. This was a fantastic match, one of the best matches on the show. I gave the 60-minute match 5 stars. This was just as good as that one, but I'll go 4 3/4 stars. A tremendous bout between these two guys. They have unreal chemistry together. The only thing that keeps it away from 5 stars is I didn't really need Daniel Garcia to appear in this one. It took some of the attention away from both guys, top form, bringing their A game here, but I give it 4 3/4 stars. What did you think about this one?
I gave it 4.5. I didn't quite go, so we're getting there. You're slowly but surely climbing up. A little over every time. That's okay. We'll get it right eventually.
Hey, if we're a 1/4 star apart, what are we complaining about? I'm gonna use the Dave Meltzer line.
Yeah, that fucking he talks about. We started off with Dave. This was really good. I like the as you said, it played to the stadium. I like the grandiosity of it all. It felt very like an opera. It felt very over.
The entrances felt like WrestleMania, like big match
Yes.
WrestleMania entrances, and it had the big fight feel.
Yes. Cameron gets knocked out. Fucking ref getting knocked out. Even the Garcia interference was fine. I must say, people always complain about super kicks in AEW. They always complain about Canadian destroyers in AEW. The almost getting counted out spot is the most overdone spot in AEW history. I'm sorry. It's heinous. I hate it. Darby used to do it all the time. I hate that fucking spot because it never ever doesn't work. If a motherfucker got counted out once in the blue, I would buy it. It never happens. Nobody ever gets counted out. Stop with that spot. Enough of that spot. Everything else about this match, though, I love. I have 0 complaints, 0 notes. Not as good as the first one, which a lot of people were down on. I don't understand. I love that fucking match. That match is fucking great.
Yeah, I love that match. I think that match was technically better than this one. But like I said, this one had more of like storytelling and played to the stadium superbly.
Agreed. Only thing bad about this match was countout spot and Taz. I have again here. Taz is the worst commentator alive. That's what I wrote down. I'm complaining about Taz throughout this whole fucking thing. It's insane. He is heinous. Sorry. Is it just me? Who here likes Taz? And give me a good reason. Besides the fact that he was good 20 years ago. Other than that.
Savette says Will Ospreay versus MJF was fucking great. We also got Big Man Doug says my OCD tendencies were so bothered by those stuck streamers. I was like, I literally said to AK at this point, I was like, this was totally a Max idea, but he did not think about it getting stuck in the lighting ring.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Are we assuming we're done with this American thing? The American title thing? MJF? Okay. Yeah. Is it time we gave MJF a lot of credit for the MJF and Punk feud, assuming he was part of the creative process. However, since then, we just need to have a conversation, do we not? The fucking 4-way pillars match, this horse shit. It's about time we have a conversation about MJF's creative abilities. No disrespect.
Well, it worked here. It worked here. Like I said from the beginning, I said it would work in the UK. It just didn't work when they were in the South.
It worked because he's Will Ospreay. He's a folk hero of some kind here. I don't get it, but sure. He's great. I just don't get like he's the mayor, essentially. Fucking took out the camera show. I'm just saying I'm sorry. Name me one good MJF idea past the Punk feud.
Better than you, baby. Worked until Adam Cole jumped off the ramp.
You can say that, but I'm on record here. I hated it from the jump. I thought it was goofy. I'm just commentary Jones. Cameraman Jones. Shut the fuck up. I hate him so much. I'm just saying. He's a fantastic wrestler. Are we going to still put together that Jay White match? That whole situation with the fucking ambulance stuff? Might be time to have a conversation. Come on.
That's on your side with that one. Yeah, that's true.
Because the last 2 years, if I go on the other side, I go Punk book Collision, and you gave me fucking Jay White match. I'm starting to think maybe that was his idea, the Punk MJF stuff. No disrespect.
Fair enough. You talked about earlier the women getting fucked by being after the high spot matchup.
He's not gonna do it twice.
You want to talk about women getting fucked over. Next up, I was like, okay. Literally when MJF and Ospreay started, I go over to NK. I was like, all right, so they're probably gonna do Darby and Jack next, and then they'll end with the Mercedes and Britt, and then the main event. Nope. Mercedes Mone defending the AEW TBS Championship against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Britt got a good reaction from the crowds coming out. Mone was brought out on stage by palace guards in a carriage. She had her Corky with her, with Camille alongside her. She got the grand WrestleMania-esque entrance here. You had Camille early on was playing tug of war with Britt Baker over Mercedes. Mercedes hit an early kick, but Britt responded with a quick hip toss and a lockjaw attempt. But Mone bailed onto Camille's shoulders and started taunting Britt. Britt went for a finisher again, but Mone avoided it. Baker signaled for the Panama Sunrise. I was like, I don't know if you should be using that anymore. But she was distracted by Camille, allowing a backbreaker on the top rope by Mercedes. Mercedes kept going after the back, hit an awkward-looking slingshot backbreaker over her knee and started holding her down in a submission. Better looking on the second attempt on that one. Baker fired back with some forearms, ripcord strike. Her back gave out, though, allowing Mone to hit the Three Amigos, which got zero reaction from this crowd. They were just tired after the MJF Ospreay matchup. Mone connected with a violent double knee to the back out of the corner, but Baker cut her off on the ropes. Mone hit a nice-looking avalanche body slam, but she missed out on the follow-up dive. Baker went for a curb stomp, but Mone spiked her with a powerbomb. Mone charged only for Baker to hit a cutter into a double down. Mone missed another charge and hit a discus forearm and a neck breaker. Baker followed up with a sling blade and a butterfly suplex. Baker put on her glove, but Mone escaped the lockjaw, hit a neck breaker, and took the glove off and put it on herself. Mone took too long to follow up, so Baker hit a air raid crash and regained position of the glove. She tried for another air raid crash, but Mone rolled through, tried for the moneymaker, only for Baker to get a near fall. Mone battled back with a backstabber, which caused a reset. Baker then fakes out the referee. She gets the Mone tries to get the TBS title handed to her by Camille, but Baker gets a hold of it while the referee is distracted with Mone. She tosses it to Camille and does the Eddie Guerrero spot, which got the biggest reaction of this matchup as Baker did the Phantom Bump, Big Eddie chants after that one. Mone got dropped with the Panama Sunrise and a curb stomp for a 2 count. Baker finally got the lockjaw in, but Mone bit her hand. She got a crucifix pin. They tried for some backslide, but Mone was able to reverse that into the moneymaker for the 1-2-3. Moneymaker did not look good again. It's time to go back to the bank statement, aka the money statement. It even works better. But yeah, the moneymaker did not look good, and this match was in the toughest spot of the night following MJF and Ospreay. It was fine. I would even go as far as to say it was solid, but the finish felt clunky with the moneymaker not looking good again. I give it 3 stars. What did you think?
2 3/4. They were up against it. They got fucked hard. I gotta be honest. As much as I knew somebody was getting fucked after the fucking ladder match, I knew it would be one of these women's matches. I didn't think he'd do it twice. It's like, what the fuck? And he fucked these girls even way harder. Because you had to know Ospreay MJF was going to go off. It just was. I don't think anything can follow that match outside of the main event.
That's why I would have done Darby and Jack Perry, because that you knew Darby would do some crazy dives, but They got fucked themselves because I know they got their time cut. They had to get their time cut with the amount of time they got.
His fucking push cut. Be fucking grateful you're on the fucking London card. Jesus fucking Christ. How long do we have to suffer for this? CM Punk will never be able to fucking apologize for his crimes of now having these people attempt to make Jack Perry a star. I'll never forgive him. Yeah, this first of all, the match wasn't great. It wasn't well laid out. With Mercedes, 5'3", 46-pound Mercedes, gonna fucking work the slow match of working over Britt Baker's back. What are we doing here? Holy shit, what a terrible idea that is. After following MJF and Ospreay doing Transformers in the middle of the ring, we gotta watch this shit. It's like, this is a terrible fucking idea. And then the finish. Oi, I can't believe this. Can we maybe it's too early. You guys don't like shitting on Mercedes. Let's do I blame her for this match? No, it's 50-50. I know people like.
Well, Britt hasn't looked good since he came back. To be fair, also.
So yeah, okay. What are you trying to say? Well, Mercedes is blameless. What are you saying?
No, I'm not saying Mercedes is blameless. Is I give more blame to Britt.
I don't. If you're the ring general in there, you're supposed to be one of the best wrestlers ever. At least if you're gender. Come on, man. I really hurt in a lot of you. Britt looks slow. Brooke always looks slow. But Mercedes didn't look great either.
Fair enough. We do have another super chat donation here from Chuck Berries. Thank you once again, Chuck Berries, killing the game today, as you always do. We appreciate the support, as always, good sir.
You don't know shit.
He says Britt called herself the Standard in AEW, but she got beat clean as a whistle by the newbie in Mercedes. Sorry, but I wasn't feeling the ending. None of us were. So.
No, if we go with I won't be nice. I'll be nice. I don't love the finish. What's this I hear about Britt Baker cheating on Adam Cole? Is this a thing? Or people just throwing this out there?
That was the rumor.
The rumor?
As far as the reason why. I did not get that rumor confirmed. I only got the rumor confirmed that they are Splitsville, but I didn't get the rumor confirmed if that type of rumor I don't expect to be confirmed by anybody. I think only the people involved know that.
Yeah, that's the only reason to break up with somebody. Hundreds of them. I broke it up with. I'll be nice. Yeah, there's hundreds of reasons. Knock it off. Don't do that. Don't be putting rumors in the street. Ruin somebody's reputation. Even though I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. A lot of people do. Don't do that. Yeah, listen, Britt can call her whatever she wants. She's certainly not the standard of anything except star power, which has faded significantly.
It has, and this match is not going to help that. But next up, you get Jack Perry defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin. Darby Allin is a madman. He came out with thumbtacks on his face.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What is wrong with this man? He hits a full running dive when Jack Perry comes out to the ring. He starts beating the hell out of him with a steel chair. We get a drop kick off the top to a seated Jack Perry on the chair. Due to the tags, Perry tried to punch Darby, but he just messed up his own hand. Darby then placed Perry against the coffin, and he tried for a dive, but Perry just bounces the coffin off of his head, and he just bounces against it. We get Perry gets into the ring, and he dumps a full bag of what? Broken glass, which causes a whole... Which causes a whole CM Punk sucks, fuck CM Punk chants throughout this matchup here. Got a huge reaction from the crowd. Got the crowd back into the show, so I'll give him credit for that. He took too long to follow. He took too long to follow up, though, so Darby was able to slam him onto the broken glass, busting Perry's back open. At that point, that's when we got the fuck CM Punk chant. Darby followed up, went to the top rope, and he hit a skateboard-assisted curb stomp to Jack Perry's back, landed him right into the glass again. You get on the outside, he rubs his face into Jack Perry with the thumbtacks. Perry then gets some tape and he ties Darby's hands together. Darby, who's bleeding at this point, but he still manages to hit a freaking coffin drop off the top rope to the floor. Perry had gone into the coffin. Both men start fighting up the ramp. Perry hits a hard power bomb on the ramp. He starts whipping Darby with his own belt and then ties Darby's legs together. He makes fun of him before he pushes them off the stage onto a table. Darby goes through the tables with Darby's hands and legs tied up. He then puts them in a body bag. He then drags the body bag back over to the coffin. He puts Darby in the coffin. Darby does the Undertaker zombie spot, sitting up, but Perry was ready for it. He hits the glass jaw knee strike. He spits on Darby and then closes the lid to pick up the victory. This had to be 10 minutes or less. Like, I was like, damn, that was short. It was good while it lasted, hard hitting, but it was short as hell. Post-match, you get the Young Bucks. They walk out to the ring. Jesus they have a gas can, and Perry lifts the lid. Nicholas dumps a whole bunch of gas on Darby onto the coffin. Perry lits the lighter, but then the lights go out. And this is Seek and Destroy live. I was hyped. I got to see Sting's retirement. I got to see his return here. He marches out. He stares down with the Bucks and Perry. He lays them out with bat shots. Perry tries to hit him in the back with the steel chair, but Sting no-sells it. Perry bails on the Young Bucks. They take double scorpion death drops. Sting goes to the coffin and frees Darby Allin. Huge ovation for Sting, who stands tall with Darby at the end of this. The Sting spot was cool, but this was way too short. This could have been a little sleeper on this card, knowing Darby if he has enough time, but it was just kind of too short to amount to anything. It was good while it lasted, so I give it 3.25. But what did you think?
3 stars. Darby's a maniac. That's about it. I'm sorry. When are we gonna be done with this? What do you think? You put an estimate on this? I don't even have any actual justification outside the fact that it stinks. Like, I wish I could give like a monetary reason. Like, if I wanted Swerve to stop being champion, I could look at the numbers, him as champion, and then his numbers individually, and go, "This is why you should remove the belt." I have no clue what Jack Perry's numbers look like. All I know is it stinks. And objectively,
he's not on TV enough for us to gauge that.
That's a good point. But he's still on TV too much. This is my issue. I just please. What do I need to do? What does CM Punk need to say to make this push stop? Like Big Man Dog's already said, if he apologizes, he says it's all his fault. Will that be enough? You think? Or like we're in war mode. Like it don't matter what happens. This Jack Perry thing is going to keep happening until. What does Sammy do to stop his own push? I forgot what Sammy did.
The Sammy?
Right, he fucking broke Jeff Hardy's face. Jack Perry, can you break Jeff Hardy's face? So
Jeff Hardy's not here anymore.
We can move on, please. I don't ask for much. At least Sammy's got some charisma about him. He's a dickhead, but he's got some charisma about him. How long are you gonna run with this joke? Ever since it happened, he won't stop. He's the GOAT of Chicago. He's the greatest. He won't let it go. You don't care that you're causing the company you love to suffer. Does that mean nothing to you? You love AEW. You don't care that it's getting shat on 10 minutes at a time by Jack Perry. You don't even give a fuck. It's insane.
All right, now it's time to bring Jimmy's Bood back up. Main event time. Bryan Danielson challenges Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. Bryan Danielson's entrance, the video package, oh my God, of his career highlights. I saw people in the crowd getting emotional. Everywhere he's wrestled, the ROH, PWGs of the world. Footage of him spending time with his family, saying they make him the best possible version of himself. He will always choose them, always. Then we get the
what? It's not true.
Doom. The final countdown being played. Ridiculous. A nuclear hot reaction for Bryan Danielson. The crowd were on their feet. He comes down to a huge ovation from the crowd, goes over to his family who are sitting right in front of me, like a 2 rows ahead of me. He gives them kisses to his wife and his kids ringside. Just a great entrance, a very, very much underdog babyface entrance. And then Swerve. Oh my God, Swerve's entrance was great too. With DJ Hookin. I was like, yeah, let's go. He exits the crowd. Whose house? Swerve's house. Prince Nana waves Strickland to the stage. He does the honorary, putting the Jimmy Rave Embassy crown jewel jacket on him. Flash garments and Bun B wrap him to the ring with the remix of Big Pressure. We get Jim Ross has joined the commentary team for this matchup. You get the main event intros for both men. Early on, we get the big stare down between both guys. You get an early strike exchange as they lock up. Strickland glances over at Bree and the kids, and that lights a fire under Bryan Danielson. Strickland is able to escape the label lock and gets a slingshot over the rope as he wanted a dive, but Danielson is able to sidestep it. Strickland lands on his feet, but Danielson responds with his Vince's somersault dive. At this point, he starts doing the yes chants. You can see me on camera, apparently. Someone sent me a shot of me doing the yes chants with Bryan. Back inside, Danielson charges, but Strickland hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker and a vertical suplex. Strickland kept Danielson grounded, zoning in on his leg for a bit until Danielson had a crucifix applied on a standing Strickland on the apron. Danielson leg clipped referee Paul Turner, which allowed Prince Nana to get involved. He brings in a bell, puts it on the apron, so Strickland hits a big Death Valley driver, which busts Bryan open. Strickland questioned why he's doing this to his family. Strickland is bringing the pain to him. He wants to give him the stomps, the kick your fucking head in stomps, but then he looks over at the family. He drags Bryan over right in front of right in front of Bree and the kids, and he starts stomping him in the head right in front of his daughter. He then yells at his daughter. He says, "I'm doing this for you. You want him to come home. I'm trying to do this for you." All while Prince Nana is dancing in front of the kids. This causes poor Birdie to start crying for full on 10 minutes. They were consoling her for 10 minutes after this. Swerve brought Danielson to the ropes. He hits an avalanche angle slam. You get Birdie, who is hiding her face because she's crying. You get Strickland tries for the swerve stomp, but Danielson reverses it into a regal stretch. Danielson turns Swerve inside out with a big lariat, showing that he's still alive in this one. Danielson charges multiple times into the corner with some drop kicks until Swerve cuts him off with a leap-in flatliner. Danielson fought back. He tries for the cattle mutilation, but that's turned into a tiger suplex. We get some yes kicks as Strickland collapsed in the corner. Both men went to the top rope, and Danielson hits an avalanche to a tiger suplex. Swerve getting turned inside out on that one. Danielson says that it's time to kick his fucking head in. He starts kicking him in the head. He goes for the cattle mutilation at this point, but Swerve is able to turn that into a vertebreaker, landed Danielson high on his neck. You get the Paul Turner calls in the doctors to check on Danielson at this point, but Swerve pushes them all away, and he starts hitting multiple house calls to the head of poor Bryan right in front of his kids. Buddy is all game for this. Buddy is just rooting on his dad. He's like, "Come on, Dad." He hits like 3 house calls. Danielson is reaching out to his family, telling them he's sorry. As Swerve hits another house call, a third one, he gets a close 2 count, and the crowd starts going wild. Excalibur questions if he was apologizing for what he's putting them through or what he's about to put them through. Strickland tries to yes kicks, which only pisses off Danielson as he's hulking up. He's telling his family he loves them. The video, we put it on our shorts here, which is getting a lot of plays because that was like the moment that got everyone into this matchup. He's telling them he's getting strength to survive from his family. Danielson slaps Strickland, who stumbles into the ropes, starts lighting him up with yes kicks. He sinks a triangle choke, and then he gets the anvil and hammer elbows. Danielson hits a suplex that drops Strickland right on his head. He then goes for the Psycho knee and Swerve, just like what he did to Ospreay when Ospreay hits him with the Oscutter at Forbidden Door. He just bounces back into the corner and he no-sells it and then wipes off the curb stop, the Psycho knee, and then he hits a house call right to the head. He then Strickland smiles at the family. He goes and he hits big pressure, and he gets the 1-2 kicked out by Danielson. The first time anyone has kicked out of that move, you get Strickland mocking the yes kicks. He's like, yes, yes, yes. After he hits a house call, he was calling for the house call. He's going for he goes for the swerve stomp, at which point that damn Hangman shows up. He shows up and he's here. He appears. He launches at security. He pushes Nana to the floor before being swarmed by more security. Strickland's attention is so thrown off that he gets hit with the Psycho knee. Dragon gets the cover. 1-2. Strickland kicks out. Both men start trading forearms. We get "This is awesome" chants. That turned into headbutts back and forth. Swerve tries for the rolling flatliner, but he's just caught in midair with another Psycho knee. We get yes chants all around the crowd, and the visual of Wembley is insane at this point. We get Danielson, who sinks in the label lock. Strickland tries to break free, but Dragon snaps on his fingers. He locks both arms into a Ring of Saturn's version of the label lock, and Swerve has no choice but to tap out. Bryan Danielson is your new AEW World Champion for the first time in his career, first time in 5 years. He's a World Champion, and it's just an emotional celebration. You get Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac. They come down. They help Danielson's family over the barricade and into the ring. You get the family, the BCC, and Pac all celebrating in the ring. You get Buddy going wild. He's loving the confetti. He's doing wrestling moves with his dad in the ring. Pyro goes off around Wembley Stadium. It's a happy ending in professional wrestling, and that's what it's all about. What a story. What a main event. And Bryan did it for his family. You told me to stop doing it, but I got to do it. 5-star plus. This is one of the best main event matches I think I've ever seen. One of the best main event matches I've ever seen in my life live. And what an emotional roller coaster this brought me on. This is one of the best AEW main events of all time. It's Swerve and Ospreay at Forbidden Door in June, and Hangman and Kenny at Full Gear 2021. Those are the three, and Bryan and MJF, the Iron Man match. That's the Mount Rushmore of AEW pay-per-view main events for me. But this may have been the best. What did you think about Bryan versus Swerve? What did you give it?
Before I even give my own thoughts, I already have 2 more thoughts after what you just said. Big Man Dogs, your actual 5-star match. My thoughts exactly. Yes, people overrate a lot of matches. This is an actual 5-star match. That's why you think 5-star plus. Because you rate too many matches 5 stars. So you actually see a 5-star match, you don't even know what to fucking call it. It's a 5-star match. That's exactly what it was.
5-star plus. 5-star plus.
And new thought, the fact that this match and Hangman and Kenny, you said, are on the same plateau for you. We might have to have another conversation. About Hangman and Kenny.
No, this is number 1 for me. Because I would say you're live for both of those matches. But this
What'd
is
you give it?
what I gave Kenny and
Hangman.
5.
So overrated. Figured. This was fucking fantastic. I know we're all going to talk about fucking Bryan, as we should. Bryan is fucking fantastic. He's the best ever. I don't have many people on this list. I got Ric Flair, obviously. I've got Triple H. And I've got Vince McMahon. But we need to start talking about Swerve in these conversations as diabolical, fantastic ass heels. We need to start putting Swerve in these conversations. He's a coon, to be clear. I'm not changing my opinion on that.
This might have been,
but this
might have been my favorite, like, short, impactful title reigns in AEW history. Like 4 months, and he just told a great story from the popular babyface who dethroned Samoa Joe to the most evil of evil heels against Bryan Danielson.
He was fucking fantastic here. All of it. In front of the kids, the constant kicks to Bryan's head felt awful. The brushing off the knee, fantastic. Nana as like the complete antithesis, just doing shit. He's dancing. Somebody's getting murdered in the ring, and fucking Nana's having the time of his life. I loved all of this. I can't believe it. And Dragon, the quintessential babyface. He's brilliant. And
the ultimate underdog babyface.
He is. I don't have enough words for how good Bryan is. Listen, do I wish the best for him? I'm sure he's going to pay for it eventually, but hopefully just him. I'll be nice. It's a good day. We'll keep it clean today. But this was great. This was fantastic. 5 stars. No notes. Even the Hangman interference was kind of fine. A little bit of protection for Swerve tapping out. It worked. All this worked. Good job all around.
Great stuff. Great stuff. We got King Potatoes going high. He's saying Swerve has the second best AEW world title run after Kenny, in my opinion.
Whoa. That's very
I say he's top 3 for me. I say Moxley's first run is up there for me.
I prefer the second one. I'm not sure that whatever the interim championship run is, whatever we do, I love CM Punk. By the time we got to that match, I was like, I want Moxley to keep this fucking belt. Holy shit. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I would say it's number 2 to Kenny. Kenny is still number 1 for me, but Swerve is up there. Like I said it before. I think this made him a made man. If the rain didn't, this match might have been.
Oh,
made man. Made.
I'm not he's gonna take this title and start throwing this around. No. There are no MJF, Dragon, and Omega. And Moxley, I guess.
So Ospreay is still on the verge.
He's on the verge. You can't be made to somebody
Swerve
else.
It's Swerve on the verge now, at least.
Yeah, but who's gonna make him? There's nobody there to make him. There's nobody here.
MJF?
Omega. That's it. Sorry.
Ooh, we need an Omega in Swerve.
That'd be really fun.
Him kicking him in the stomach. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a main event. So you're saying this is your greatest AEW pay-per-view main event of all time?
This is my greatest AEW match in history.
Wow.
This was something else to me. Everything in me was fighting to give it 5 stars. I didn't want to give it 5 stars because I hate 5-star matches. I don't hate 5 stars. I hate the idea of 5-star matches. 5. I just can't. 5. This is fucking fantastic.
Yeah. You can't give this anything less than 5. It's a perfect match. It's a perfect match.
And I gotta be honest, because how good Swerve was and how righteous Hangman is, if they somehow pull another double turn with Hangman as a big
they could.
This would be the greatest story in AEW history, number 1. And it would finally enter the greatest rivalry ever. It's fucking brilliant.
Oh man, we got Call Me Mr. Bond that says I'm still convinced that Hangman is gonna win back the AEW world title at World's End. Could be. Louis says AEW's 2 finest moments came on this show.
Which is the second one?
Is he talking about Nigel's comeback?
Yeah, I'm curious. Let me know.
Yeah, let us know, Louis, in the chat. Let us know. We got King Potato says, to be honest, it may be recency bias, but I think I agree with Jimmy. This match had everything, man. The best main event they've ever put on in a pay-per-view. Yeah, it's number one. It's number one for me. My big question coming out of the show was, is it this or Bryan and Danielson for match of the year now?
Bryan and who?
Bryan and I said Bryan and Danielson. Bryan and Ospreay.
Match of the year. This is kind of unfair because the stakes are so high.
It might be because of the stakes. Yeah, because of the stakes, I might give it to this one.
Yeah, they did it. We were all not sold when this match was first made. Then they added the stip, and it's just been uphill from there.
Yeah, it's been up and up and up ever since for sure. But yes, we've come to an end of this story.
Oh, wait. I don't hate to bring the mood down. But I think gotcha. I think Annika and company might be up onto something about Bree and Bryan. Is it weird to me? They don't have a lot of whatever to me.
What?
Like Bree and Bryan. It just feels like they've been married for 30 years. They're so non-whatever with each other. Like Bryan kissed his kids and they gave his wife a hug. Like,
but he kissed her. He kissed her after the match.
Yeah. What about before the match? He kissed his kids and gave his wife a hug. All right. Like he wanted to give her a pound. Age go. See you back at the house, brother.
Y'all stop. Y'all not doing this. Y'all not doing this again. Y'all not doing it.
Back at the house. See you back at the house, brother.
Y'all not doing this. Y'all not gonna do this for me. I'm not doing that. I did notice it too. I did notice that he didn't kiss her before the match too, but he kissed her after the match. So let's talk about after the match.
The camera's watching.
Oh
Bill and Hillary. The camera's watching us.
Y'all are ridiculous. All right. We come to a close on this pay-per-view. Let us know in the live chat. The last call for super chat donations. You guys have been incredible with that throughout this review, so we appreciate you. But give us your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy for AEW All in London 2024. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give this show?
I'm going to go with a 9. I'm very sad the women got fucked, but none of you done. Oh, this stuff's done. It's over now, though. I'm going for 9. Not perfect, but a great show.
I'm going to go with 9 out of 10 as well. It's right up there with Revolution and WrestleMania Night 2 for me for one of the best shows of the year. Really propped up by this main event. This main event really, really brought it up a notch. All right. What do you give your match of the night? I think it's obvious for both of us.
Yes, main event. Relative easy.
Swerve versus Bryan is my match of the night. It is Jimmy's match of the night. We also got in the chat thumbs up all across the board from pretty much everybody. We got 9 out of 10 from Christopher Kidd. We got 9 out of 10 from King Potato, 9 out of 10 from Bonda, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Chaco Sage, you're ruining the trend. 8 out of 10.
You ruined it. Now you ruined it.
You ruined it, damn it. 9 out of 10, Myron Kidd. 9 out of 10, Big Man Dogs. She, you know it was good. Big Man Dogs went 9 out of 10. All right. I see you. And we got MVP from Louis, Tony, Mariah, Swerve, Dragon, 9 out of 10. I am going to go with co-MVPs for this one because there is a lot of people I got to show love to. And I already gave love to Bryan for the match of the night, but I got to give him MVP honors. But I'm going co-MVP with Mariah May becoming a star, becoming the champion on this show, and Will Ospreay, the most over guy in the UK, the governor. Jimmy, who's your MVPs?
I want to do codes with Dragon and Swerve, but Swerve is coon, so we're going to go with Dragon as the MVP because he's never called a black woman ugly. So we're going with Dragon as the MVP. And what was the LVP? Just MVP.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
LVP, Jimmy.
Oh, fucking Taz. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't want to hear about Jones. Don't want to hear about fucking... Oh, help me out here, Shivani. There's serious shit going on in there. Pay attention. Jesus.
I'll give it to Chris Jericho because he sang. I already got to deal with you wrestling. Now I got to hear you sing. Nah, you good. You LVP. You earned that. You earned that one.
World Champion Jones over here. Shut the fuck up. Oh.
All right, we've made it to the end of our pay-per-view review. I want to thank Jimmy. That was so much fun going over the show, hearing your perspective, watching it at home, hearing my perspective, being there live. I'm going to watch back some of these matches for my star ratings that drop on Wednesday, but definitely Swerve and Bryan staying at that 5-star plus for me. Jimmy may even go 6. Jimmy.
There's no such thing! No!
Just to piss off Jimmy. I'm going to tag Jimmy on the post as well. Jimmy, you want to let everybody know where they can follow you, what you got going on your channel?
Oh, I don't know Wi-Fi is so funny here, but it's so not funny when he does it on TV. No, I'm good. Not bad.
Follow Jimmy's YouTube channel. A lot going on. Great over there. Eventually, he'll have the Bear Season 3 reviews that we've done. We've already gotten the Chamber. We're almost finished with that season as well. But also, you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be live tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with our WWE Raw review, Rated Raw review with Romeo. So be on the lookout for that. We got Wednesday, our New Japan Pro Wrestling Capital Collision preview. We got on Friday, our WWE Bash in Berlin and NXT No Mercy preview on Friday, so be on the lookout for that. And me and Jimmy will be back on Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with AE Ramble. But until then, it was the final countdown. It was the time of my life. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been our AEW London 2024 review. We are signing off until next time. Later, y'all.
It's beautiful. 2 kids and the homies.